Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to some of you. Good day. Happy Sunday. Today is the first Sunday of the month of March, March 3rd, 2024. The month of March seemed to be running, and it looks like it will be a faster month. A good day. Melbourne, take it from me for a second. Greet our people in the US really quick. Just a greeting.
All right, so that's good. Thank you, Steve. And also, let me say to all of you there, our listeners back home, especially for those of you who are also following us via the radio, let me say a wonderful good evening to all of you. I know today is Sunday, so you may not be on the farm, especially our farmers. Not if I mind you, it's not only old folks that do farming though. We have some young folks also who are also into farming. So let me say a wonderful good evening to all of you. If you are in maybe a little village and you are following us, I don't know which part of Liberia you are. Maybe you somewhere around in Maryland County, or you somewhere around in Grand Coup, or better say you in Lofa County or Grand Mount County, and you are also following us via the radio. Let me say a wonderful Sunday evening to all of you. I know for some of us who are Christians that always worship on Sunday, I guess a lot of us today were seen today in various churches or place of worship to worship our Almighty Creator. So I know your Sunday is good. But back to our folks. Yeah, so Steve, I think we got to be greeting and
Yes,
sharing the show, telling the people
yeah,
to share the show because today it's going to be so interesting with the chairman.
yes, Melbourne. Thank you for taking over briefly. I had a call I had to take. Folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those of you following us from around the world, as you join, please help us share the show. Please, we are going to be in conversation here with Chairman Musa Hassan Bility, who is also Chairman Musa Bility, who also happen to be the CPP chairman, Liberty Party chairman, and also at large one of the current representatives. So we expect nothing less from the chairman to have this conversation, thought-provoking, stimulating. We have lots of questions for the chairman today. We want to greet all of you. Those of you listening to us via the radio, we say thank you for always tuning in, for following SKTV. I know some of you are glued in to get some of the updates, to get some of the information and the facts from SKTV. We're here today again for this time. We look forward to, again, a thought-provoking, stimulating conversation. Most importantly, as we always say, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth, and the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. So, Melbourne, that being said, I'd like to quickly, without waste of time, turn over to you to get updates. I think the chairman will settle in. He will join us momentarily. But let's get some updates from you. What's going on in the country? What's happening today, that first Sunday? I know there are plenty of white suit, then white clothes in church today. All the food go. I understand that level. My man was born in that level, so we've seen it. You know what I'm saying? We know something will not change. So we'll give it up to you. What's going on in the country?
Thank you, Steve, and thanks to our viewers and all our listeners doing the sharing. And maybe so that few people can come on. But howbeit, yes, indeed, today is Sunday. As we go along with the broadcast, maybe we'll keep informing our people as to what's going on. But indeed, today is Sunday, and today having to be the first Sunday in the third month. Mind you, we in March, and March is the third month in the year 2024. So those who are Christians or from the Christian background, today they have the opportunity to go to church or to go to the places of worship because today is Sunday, and other people to also stay home quietly observe the day. Yes, indeed, like you already said, today is Sunday, and mind you, some of our politicians nowadays they use the place of worship sometimes to express, or should I say to express or to say whatever they maybe thing they want to say. So yes, indeed, various churches were packed, various churches with white suits, like you said. Other people were wearing a white a purple suit and so on, even though we are out of purple already, and we're still waiting for maybe the newest suit that will be on the black coming from the rescue side. But for now on, people are still wearing their purple suit, their white suits, or their black coat suits. So yes, indeed, apart from some of the later news that we've been hearing from Fokiklum Family Church, right, where we're hearing that the former president was sending a message out to the current government, even though I was following, but I didn't really go too deep on that. But how be it, I put it on that maybe after the show, we're going to listen to that clip and find out as to what you already say. And also, you can call about a friend, I saw something live, also coming from on the internet that in fact you were live, also having a live press conference. I don't know what is true about how be it. These are some of the news that we're hearing back there. And kind has been restored in Grand Caymount County after that protest that went on 2 days ago that took away about 2 to 3% lives, according to the information that we got up. So kind has been restored. And the judiciary, sad news for Liberia, sad news for all of us back home. Our former associate justice, Joseph Nambe, has finally given her the ghost. So that's the later news coming from the judiciary that Honorable Joseph Nambe is no more. He's now late after battling illness for a very, very long time. He's now given her the ghost. So we want to say our sympathy to the bereaved family, to the immediate bereaved family out there that, yes, indeed, Liberia has lost another son, another hard-working son also. So, yes, Steve, and our viewers and our followers, this is what's happening back home, and we are good. We are all fine, except for the weather condition. The weather tried to tease us a little bit, small more for the rain to fall, but how be it, someone will say, like, in fact, it was teasing us, so the rain drizzled for a little while, and after some time, the rain stopped. So, indeed, the weather condition here, at least a little bit better, especially for some of us who don't easily have access to electricity. So, at least maybe tonight, we may let it sleep some if the weather condition remain like this. So, we are good. Steve?
So the weather condition, like you said, is okay. Small breeze. They're not too hot.
Correct. That's the right way.
Due to lack of it. I was there. I understand it. I was there.
Then I know you want to talk about social news, and I know within later news that going around about a lady right here in Liberia that went into the ghetto to pick up, not to run behind anybody, and she went to the ghetto and pick up from there. I know you want to be.
That year for more for that bring more. What's going on?
Nothing much. Another day. We here. Today is a very important day on the Christian calendar. Sunday is a day of worship, so I guess people are from their respective places of worship, coming from worshiping the. You know, they got so many names to call him, but it's a famous phenomenon. Some people call him Brahman. Some people choose to call him Allah. Some people call him Master. Some people call him Hashem. Some people call him Yeshua. Some people call him Christ Jesus. It's the same phenomenon. One God, different interpretation, you know. So
yes, some people do really call him Yeshua. More they may give him social. But in other news, you know, around the world, we've heard from different journalists or different media outlets that he was my favorite comedian in Nigeria or around the world, African comedian, especially in terms of Nigerian movie, Mr. Ibu. May his soul rest in peace. We've heard of his passing. Very, very is a big loss on the continent. You know, I believe, you know, he made a huge mark over the period of time. We grew up watching him to some extent, you know, very entertaining back then. When he first came with Mr. Ibu's movie, I'm not normally a fan of Nigerian movies, but you know, I would sit and watch him just to laugh and to amuse myself. We also heard about the passing of Justice Nangwe, peace be to the ashes, and we pray for the families. You know, lots of passing, lots of death announcement lately. You know, the month of March, you know, it's very troubling. We pray for them. In other news, also, we did see that President George Weah has returned to the church, to Fokiklon Church, back on the pulpit talking politics as opposed to preaching the word of God.
Wow. I missed that.
Yes, the men were in service today talking politics. He talked about Bob Molu resigning and people will come and go. He wanted to throw a small job, but then he held back. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, nobody stupid will know what's up, though. We also hear Prince Johnson today. I listened to Prince Johnson. I was in service with him. I think you can remember me morning. I told you I'll be in service. I'll be the first person in chair.
Yes, indeed. And so thank God that you were there. So at least maybe you can fill us in with that information.
Let me fill you in really quick. Prince Johnson was throwing jab again at the president. Threw some jabs at the president here and there. He threw some jabs at the whole issue of job, business, and the woman with the issue of blood. You know, they just a bunch of funny, confusing thing. I just don't understand. But I don't know what the council of churches, what they are doing. I don't really understand them. You know, some of the things you distance yourself from the people, the organization distance themselves from the people, let them be on their own. Let them be talking what they're talking. But just sit there, but just quiet, you know, silence means consent. Like we can always say. So Prince Johnson was talking funny thing in the morning. You know, he won't talk about the World Economic Council situation, but then he won't dodge it. You know, I just read and say, forget it. He won't hold a peace. He won't talk about it, but he had to hold it inside. So Prince Johnson talked something in the morning, you know, talk funny thing. Last minute time, I know he was telling Labrampo coming as the next president. You know, he started talking funny thing again. But at the end of the day, it's up to him. It's up to him. It is what it is, like we can say. You said something here about the social part of it while we're waiting for chairman.
I don't know if you want to go that quickly, but I wanted you to give a little update about your side because I was hearing about Donald Trump, right? Yeah, don't you our insurance, you know, my friend.
Let me get to the international news. You know, the American government has been highly criticized highly and strongly because they did something they call air drop. In other words, they took food to the displaced people in the Gaza and other places there, and they airdropped the food. In other words, a lot of planes just fly over and the food just fall down. You know that the morning we Christians will call that the modernization of manna falling from heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed.
my man, that the technological and the modern day way of dropping manna. Yeah, so they desire to drop manna. And you know, interestingly, biblically, there are people there on the outside that want the people that can receive food from in the air. Oh, you remember buying a day? Hunger catch there, food got to fall down, manna fell down when having to eat. So manna fell down today. They criticize, they say Biden and also do that. It exposes the people, you know, and to, you know, a lot of security risks and, you know, displaced people were running for food here and there. So Melbourne, I mean, you get Biden that if we're there now, we will run for the biggest part of the food and stop.
Wow.
You understand?
Seriously. Why you don't happen during the war? You see people throwing and they get into the too.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
So people criticizing that. My boy Donald Trump seemed to have some good days here because, you know, some of the court systems that should have given dates, court dates for the different cases. Some of them decided that they'll push it back. You know, they stay playing politics way to determine they didn't get in specific. You know, so Donald Trump having fun. As we speak right now, Donald Trump, you know, nationally.
Is it the man winning bigly though?
No. Per the polling, back a few months ago, Joe Biden was leading him. I think 50 per the recent polling, 50 to I think 46 or 48. But now he's leading Biden 48, I think, to 44, so forth. So anyway you leg it, the man still tapping right now as we speak nationally. But you see, here's the thing. Here's an issue with pollings. Here's a place where me, from a political standpoint, I don't follow pollings that much. I'm not saying pollings are not important, but in most recent times, Melbourne, the pollings do not really reflect the voting or the will of the people to some extent. It is critically important that we pay attention to those things. Some of the pollings could be skewed for different reasons. Some of the pollings also could not be accurate for different reasons, right? I started noticing that trend during the Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. My attention got drawn to those things. So I personally I listen to what voters are saying. That is the most important thing. I listen to what voters are saying and I follow trends, but I'll be following there is a doctor who has, I think Dr. Deshua or something his name is. He's predicted over the years who will be the next president for the United States since 1986. Anytime he said a person will be president for the United States in any election, they can win. So, I'm following him, listening to his prediction here. And hopefully before the show can end, I will update the Liberian people as to where we are and what's going on with that. I will let the Liberian people know what his predictions are. He's very good, making some very good predictions. He predicted that Donald Trump will win. And everybody was stunned. Like, how would you say Donald Trump will win 20 when Hillary Clinton was winning all the polls and so forth and all of that? He said Donald Trump will win. I've never gotten this wrong. This is where I'm at, and this is what's going to happen. And it happened. So, Melbourne, coming to the social issue, there's something in there I don't let it talk. Yeah. There's something in there I don't let it talk. Let me say this. I stumbled on that video of that woman passing around saying she's going for her man. And they should bring her man outside. They should do this. They should do that. And I think she even insinuated that a disgrace or that the shame the man wanted, she would give it to him today. Let me tell that brother something. If you stay with that woman, you're a fool. I know the thing what I say today. A lot of women will get vexed. That's fine, get vexed. If you stay with that woman, you're a fool. That me I see it. If you stay with that woman, you're a fool. Leave her, my brother. Leave her. I know.
I'm not understand. No, I'm not get you. Please don't spoil our sister to do. What you just said?
I know. If the man stay with that woman, he's a fool.
How?
Leave her. Let me tell you something. Melbourne. I don't know the religious belief of that woman, but if she is a Christian, the brother is a Christian. The woman is not reading Bible. She didn't read Bible. She didn't read Bible. Abraham, who is a forefather, who is our forefather, the only man, the only human being that is not half God, half man, like we can say in religion. Abraham, who is the only human being who God chose from a pagan family and brought to permanence, who God made covenant with Abraham. Abraham was a big cheater. Let any Christian say that lie. Abraham was a cheater. He was a womanizer. His son Jacob, who the whole Israel named after, is a womanizer. He was a womanizer. That lie? It's a cheater. No, that woman not reading Bible, man. She's not reading Bible, my brother. She need to wake up. She need to wake up to reality. Let me tell you something. This is in no way endorsing saying people might cheat or whatever it is. But if you dishonor that man in a name of you caught him cheating and you made this big publicity about it, why are you with him? Why are you with him? No, why are you with him? Why you still want a man who you expose that he cheating? Why are you with him? Who you keep in public and disgrace and you openly told the world, why are you with him? In fact, if you that woman said keep that man, guess what happened? That means you let cheater. You are addicted to cheaters. So that woman got a bigger problem than the man. Oh, I know it's not making sense, but it will make sense when you think about it. So that woman be passing around in the computer with a cheater. I see your life.
I know the story that you are speaking of. Wait, got me confused. By the way, there's
you want me to say Abraham? You want to say Abraham? You want me to say that? I will say that.
Guys getting me confused. But there are two stories though. So the other story that you're talking about, I think is I think it happened about 2 to 3 days ago where that lady was, in fact, going live. She went in a hotel or in a motel to say, put my husband out. I think that is the story that you're talking about. But now there's a latest story about a young lady that went into the ghetto and take the guy from the ghetto, and now after cleaning him, she now at least taking him as her man or husband to be.
Okay, so let me say this to you, Melbourne. Let me say this for our listeners, our viewers who get into the politics today. This notion that women can pass around and say they men that are men is a wrong notion. No man born him like your man. Or man is not your property. Let me get that clear. I see some of our sisters them bouncing around. They don't even understand. So they see we have some women can say, you're not yet the one in Liberia. Oh, you're not happy, I'll give you borcha. No woman able to give men borcha. No woman able to do that. The only way you will say that, unless you are ignorant to the facts and you are ignorant to science, you don't know that. Don't you know that when it comes to the issue of borcha or getcha, don't you know that a man has the Y and the X chromosomes? We determine if you have borcha or getcha. So you think you do me favor?
Yeah, you're not doing me no favor when I'm the one giving you the.
Yeah, I gave you borcha. No, you never give me borcha.
No, you never give me borcha. I'll give you a boy.
You know what I
can give you a boy and a girl. You can give me anything. You only a vessel.
The scene where if a man decide to marry, that's why I am against woman proposing to men. Me personally, it's a dishonor, it's a disrespect to you as a woman. On the contrary, women should not pass around and be saying that I'm a man, men are not your property. You'll be abusing or disrespecting us. Men are not your property. So here's the thing. The girl, if the girl suffer with him and brought him out of the ghetto or whatever it is, she did a good will. There is nowhere where somebody do good will for you. That means they're indebted and entitled to marry you or any other you. In fact, this notion that we pass around in Liberia or among us as Liberian, that every relationship that you are in must end up in marriage, you are delusional. You don't know what you are talking. You don't understand life. Who told you that every relationship that you were in supposed to enter in marriage, then you are something? But anyway, the chairman with that, so that's a social conversation we have. Yeah. That be the chairman. We got to take conversation. That be the chairman for the real politics. Yeah, because the women have been marginalizing. Oh yeah, so
man, still love.
A man cannot be a property to a woman. What happening is you are rolling the dice and you are thinking about probability. There is a possibility that he could become your man. There's a possibility that the relationship could also crumble. So everything in life is a 50-50 chance. You are only rolling the dice. She can hope that he remains her man, but you can't own him or being called your property even when you're married. Marriage is a legal contract. It's just a contract that is binding.
I see them passing around.
That means Love Hopkins is saying that even if they are married, that her man or property.
No,
they're not property. You know, let me tell you something. This Friday, I got invited on some kind of show with these ladies, and I told them on the show, we're bouncing the rock, giving the say, and you tell the other man from me, the other person tell the man from me. I said, nobody can find man from in tree. You gotta take man for another woman.
You must take man for another woman.
Oh, you understand? The Bible that you read, what happened? And Hagar almost take Abraham from Sarah. Sarah read because you say, don't put it on you talking. The left that you live in that competition itself. They see you want somebody wanted, you get somebody wanted. What are you talking? You must sit down there and be talking about what thing. You might not put yourself together and face what you got and be saying that they be adding and say you are entitled to bond you for the person will be for you.
Because of that mindset, sometimes like just said quickly, Steve, we men is like, in fact, we are not even enjoying what we were supposed to enjoy because of the mindset. Oh,
man, let's bring the chairman on. Let me hear it. When a chairman leave, we'll have a
serious. Baby, better keep quiet. You just got married when we're talking about relationship.
Yeah, no more slow down, brother. You don't want to know your child. Rest of body.
You know your wife got some recon here. You remember the last contribution, right? Yes. I think you can take use from that. I'm not saying anything again.
Exactly. Well, folks, we're going to bring on the chairman Musa Bility and Representative Musa Bility, chairman and representative, for this conversation. As I told you yesterday, that we'll not restrict this conversation to the chairman's asset declaration. It will be all over. So please get ready. Help us to share the show. Okay, so just join us before we bring the chairman on. Mr. Kane, good morning. I like the tie. You look sharp. Let that tie. That tie will get missing.
No problem.
Yeah, that tie looking like get missing.
You come here today, you can take it.
Yeah, that tie looking suspicious. But Mr. Kane, greet our people before we bring the chairman on.
I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody, whether you are in the United States, or you're in Liberia, whether you're in China, Australia, anywhere where it's in the morning, we want to say good morning. For us here is 11:30 a.m. We want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV, and I want to encourage everybody to share the show. For some reason, you guys are not doing us justice lately. People don't share the show. Only a few people do. Before I even come out, I had to share the show to a lot of different places before I even came on. I'm talking about like our audience, our viewership, our followers. They are not doing us justice like they used to do. They just like breaking news. They like something new every day. When they have a breaking news, they have, well, you know what? I have a breaking news, but I will not share it with anybody today. We just have this conversation with the chairman. I have some information that has to do with national security. And this information is very critical, Steve. I was given this information this morning. It was 30 minutes before the show time. And I told the soul that I want to leave the line and also collaborate the information in Liberia and in the United States, which I did. But these information are very critical. But I don't like to actually talk about critical issues when our people are not actually energized and enthusiastic about getting the information. Normally, if you come on SKTV, we don't have the capacity, we don't have the money to buy 1,000, 2,000 people then to come watch us. We want the regular people, the real people then to come watch us. So the only way we can reach to the regular people is for you to share the show. So if you don't do that, then that's a problem for us. We want everybody to get the information. So I want to encourage everybody to share the show. Just share on your personal page. If you're in a group, share in that group. But that's true, I'm saying. Yashini is laughing because I said that, and she knows it's true. A lot of people get plenty of money. They got some credit card, and the credit card can be automatically charged to bring the Chinese people and the Indian people on the show to make it like you have some of them when you see like that 1,700 people, we load now that only 100 people watching, well, maybe 150 people watching, but you see like the other 15,000, or 1,500, Indian or Vietnamese people, then, Vietnamese, there's plenty. So we don't got money for all of that, on a daily basis. If we do that, then we'll be shutting SKTV down very soon. Hopefully, we will not do that. I know Steve is not ready for that. Monk is not ready for that. If I tell them to give me their credit card for to do that, they will not do it. They will say, "My man, I forgot what the whole show be there. You won't not tired to kind take her down." But yes, indeed, it is important that you share the show, folks. It's very, very important. Please do that. So, Steve, thank you. And Melbourne and Monk. I can see the chairman in the back. Still, the chairman is not ready because I see the chairman.
Yeah, the chairman ready will signal us. When you're ready, will signal us.
Together because but the message is ready. How you be with everybody allowed to get step down, you say you're ready.
Chairman, just let us know when you're ready, signal us.
Yeah, they may give you a thumbs up. The message is ready.
Okay, but then let's bring the chairman on. What, chairman? We didn't want to put you because we saw you getting ready in the back. But since you say you're ready, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Not bad. I mean, I don't think it's a crime for me to be sapping on my snap.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The bell that Monica Lama eating.
Exactly. If it's a crime in America, it's not here.
I don't know. The bell that Monica Lama eating. Whatever it was, he got me like chewing my mouth. What's going on, Mr. Chairman?
This is for rich people food. This is for millionaires.
The chairman throwing talk.
That rich people food.
Wow.
The last time I checked, you used to be sick people food. People that
they're not higher Madingo food, yo. This is rich people food.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Chairman, how are you doing?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good evening from Nimba County, Secretary, to be precise. Thanks to Elon Musk, we are on good network today. our satellite link, Starlink, is working very well for Nimba.
Yep.
So
Really?
yeah. Well, I'm using Starlink here.
But Sekou, you don't know Starlink was meant to be your global internet or connection and beyond the regular internet. So if
Yeah. I mean, and it's very good. You know,
yeah.
the advantage it has, I do see cable network in Nimba that I cannot see in Monrovia.
Really?
The internet in Monrovia, like if you are on Netflix here, I see everything that you guys see in America on Netflix here in Nimba.
Yeah, because it giving you almost like the same connection.
Yeah,
like,
it's from the US. It's satellite.
Almost like a VPN.
Thank you very much.
But
Wow.
Sekou, the idea behind the Starlink in remote area that don't have access to, especially in Africa, all
Right.
they're giving the services to match the city. So the people that will be in Nima and other remote places will be having more access as compared to the people.
We are just informed that the broadcast has been relayed on Nima TV Limited.
Wow, so what are you talking about? The Nima TV.
Well, the chairman here is Nima TV.
You know,
but Nima TV, not too
anything about Nimba is one entity. We are here to make Liberia very simple. Yeah, so
thank you, Nima TV. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to Nima TV, Chairman. Thanks to, like you said, thanks to Elon Musk. Most recently, we saw some political activity when this Starlink was up. Some political activity from our end here to have some restrictions, and we understand that this were all meant so that other satellites, other internet providers could push their businesses and restrict access to it.
Yeah.
But we're hopeful that you have that, and we hope very soon the Liberians can have access to that Starlink too.
Yeah, we got this before the October election. We were anticipating that there will be like disruption in internet service. So we ordered this Starlink, and it gave us high class, high definition internet. Really, really good. So and the way it's designed, so we have the district office, which is about 1,500 meters from our house. We have the radio station, which is about 750 meters. So we link them, and it allows us to.
So are we on the Truth FM in Secretary right now?
Yeah, Truth FM. I'm told we're having some difficulties, but the guys have improvised. We are on that. We are on. Of course, the new married man sitting down in Pinsville. Truth FM Monrovia is on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The big Truth FM is on. I was talking about the extension encyclopedia.
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you, Chairman. So quickly, while we are doing these teasers, Chairman. So does that mean that you're trying to troop the entire Nima County to Secretary or the entire nation to Secretary? Because if you bring all the Google thing into the town and then some of all we can't stay in the city.
I mean, land can be expensive.
Yeah, the value.
One of the things you will see, according to the law, when you're a public official in 3 years.
Okay, Steve, it says there though. That the 2FM 96.9, 96.1, that one is in Monrovia. 96.9 is this Secretary. We are live on
it. Yeah. So,
well, Steve, you know what? Let's get into this conversation, man. The entire
let me hear the chairman answer the one question now. You can't know
Steve. Yeah. Right now, as I speak to you, when we declare our asset in 3 years, one big addition you will see in our asset will be agriculture. We are acquiring farmland, maybe between 3,000 to 4,000 acres, and we intend to invest anywhere between $10 to $15 million in agriculture. The idea is in 18 months, we want for this district to be self-sufficient in food production. So we are dispatching, we are releasing an agricultural program. If you see here, we're just developing our district structure. what you see here is you see the representative here. Here am I. So you see my personal office, my chief of staff, my national security advisor, and my other people. The one in purple there that you see here, these are agriculture, education, and health officers in the county, and a different setup. We're working on it right now. And what this means, we're going to unleash a massive agriculture program in District 7, commercial agriculture, not hand to mouth, so that eventually in 3 years, we will be able to transform this district into a commercial hub of the county, because we know that, for instance, agriculture is closer to District 7 than Kanta. The southeast will be accessible here faster than in Monrovia. So if we meet all these people halfway, we're going to create a hub.
Yeah.
So Saclay as a hub, where, you know, the idea is that in 6 years, nobody will come from Maryland, Grand Judea, and go to Monrovia for anything. Whatever you want to get from Monrovia, you will meet it right here in Saclay, and then you'll get it. So we have a vision to commercialize the district, to keep our people busy, to make it easier for business, you know, to do business. We'll work with the government through the local government system, so that we'll get a one-stop shop here, and that will help so that people can do their business registration, their vehicle registration, pay their taxes, and do things that you don't have to go in Monrovia to do. We're working with 2 banks right now to open a branch in District 7, because we do not have any branch, any bank here. So everything that will be required to give us a push start, my job is to, if I will spend most of today, Mr. Medrick Gonti and the team were working on the investment plan for the district, where we'll make it easier. We'll try to get incentive. There are incentives on the book for people not using it. When you bring company here in the middle of the country, you pay less tax. All of the incentives that business get will encourage people to come here so that they can get it. So it's not just about going to Monrovia and advocating on the floor of the legislature, but it's also about providing quality leadership to our people on the ground and with them, you know.
Okay, well, thank you, Chairman and Representative Musa Bility. Thank you for those were just teasers. We haven't even gotten into the actual conversation. We'd like to start this conversation with turning over to Mr. Kane for his set of questionings, because today Umpa will really, just so you know, Chairman, will stretch you from all over. I'm glad you took some rich people food before coming on, because it will not be easier today. Mr. Kane, up to you.
Thank you so much, Steve. And thank you, everybody, at least for those of you who have shared the show. I want to say thank you. And if you haven't done so, please go ahead and share the show so we can kickstart this conversation. So, Chairman Bility, once again, I want to welcome you. A lot of people are. Yeah, go ahead, Steve. You want to say something?
No, go ahead. I thought you were frozen because you were looking one side. I thought you froze. But go ahead.
No, I'm listening very carefully.
Okay. No, I think he's good. Yeah. So, we are. A lot of people are very much appreciative of what you have done and continue to do. This is just the first phase of your leadership as a lawmaker, and I think you are going above and beyond. I believe many lawmakers will be jealous, and like Yassindi said here, that people should start a competition, let it do more than their chairman. That's what she said. Let it do more than our chairman. So she's telling other lawmakers not to be envious, not to be, not to be hateful. Let it be, jealous and do better than the chairman or even equal to the chairman. So those are the kind of policy I personally like to see in our country. But before I ask you about anything, regards to your asset declaration, what you are doing right now in Saclay, District 7, how is that being received by people of this community? I mean, what about other people in other part of Nima County? Are they actually getting jealous? Are they, requesting your attention, or are they also uh, getting to their lawmakers in their respective district, asking them to emulate your good example? I mean, are you seeing anything or hearing anything of such?
No, I think there's no jealousy here. I mean, everywhere I go, I see Liberians are proud of what I'm doing, and they show it to me. My colleagues are not jealous of me. They're proud of me. They're happy to be associated with me. We're working together. I respect them, each and every one of them. And we have a relationship. I'm only one person. I don't put anything in my face. We go in the caucus room. We're all the same. We have argument. Many times I don't even win. There are people who've been there, longer than me. They are more experienced, so we tend to listen to them. So it's a different ball game. Segu. When you in the lawmaker shoe, you don't succeed when you begin to look down on your colleagues, say negative things about your friends. It's not good. So the country is not jealous of me. It's proud of me. I feel that everywhere I go. That's what I feel, and I'm happy for that. That's what I say. That this District 7, I'm grateful to District 7 for giving me the opportunity that they give me.
Okay. So are you in a position or willing to lend a helping hands to other colleagues who may want to emulate a good example in your county, whether it's by way of giving them contact or whatever way you can help? Are you actually in the position or willing to open the door for other colleagues who may want to emulate your good example in Nima County and beyond?
Yeah, Tebu. I mean, every district that is next to our work have reached there already.
Okay.
And I'm happy to be of any assistance. I don't do it outside of my colleagues' assistance. I don't do it behind them. In fact, they asked me in District 9, for instance, my colleague with Wangbe has, pushed me, and we're working together to do some work there. And we're doing it through him, through his intervention in District 4, District 3, and District 2, and District 8. We have commitment there, that we're going to meet. And all of the colleagues in those districts and myself are working together, for the betterment of the Nimba people. We're going way above and beyond our district so that, our people can. Our economic project is that while we keep District 7 viable, we make sure that the rest of the county has access to District 7. Because if you make this place a commercial hub, it has to be reachable. If you put goods and services in Secretariat, for it to work, people have to reach here. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
So the internet service that you just talked about in district number 7, does it go beyond district 7?
No. This is my house, and then my office, and it's pointed. It's not spreading all over. It's pointed. Yes, where you want it to go, you have to install. So we have a couple that is on the way. We ordered some more, but because of the bad internet service in Monrovia, we intend to put some to RCR, to our fund.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, I have one at my house in Monrovia, and then we'll put one to RCI and one to the foundation. So make it easier. It's really good, and we're enjoying it.
So in terms of asset declaration, you declare your asset, you submitted it to the registry authority, and then you publish it. And what is the feedback you are getting so far?
Very positive, Tiku. It's not easy to let the world know what you have. But public service must have a price to pay. We all, sign up for this. I don't know who the law for asset declaration, I don't know why it was made the way it's made, but it's for the public. If you are going to declare your access to the corruption agency, and that's all, the corruption agency will never come to my farm, they will never come to my home, they will never have, if the public does not know that Musa Bility said he got one house, but I'm aware that he got one house into a farm, and now he got one in Nimba. The only way the public will know that you give the agency wrong information is if they have access to your information. Yes, there is a public, how do you call it, Freedom of Information Act, but I don't think we should go through all that route. If you want to serve the public, you are in a better position if the public know who you are. Now, better, if you want to serve, you have to start serving yourself. It was a hard decision for me. I have to consult my family, but in the end, everything that I put in my mind to achieve as a lawmaker, it would have been meaningless if I refused to be transparent on what I have. And so, unfortunately, the way I see it, there's no other way to do it. You have to.
That's not unfortunate anyway. That thing that Liberian people actually embracing the way you did it and the way you are seeing it. I'll go to Steve, and then I will come with another round of questions later on.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Monk, do you have any question or any for now for the chairman or any concern before I can ask my question?
Well, I do have a question for the chairman, because this chairman is thinking something big. He got schematics, he got models on paper. So there's a grand scheme of things. I don't think this chairman is thinking low, but he's thinking something big. What the chairman is talking about, he's talking about banks, he's talking about tax incentive. And don't forget, Nema County is strategically positioned as a bordering county, which makes it an economic zone. So this chairman is not up to something small from what I'm seeing here from what he's teasing up with. My thing here is, are you leaning? He's talking about something like mechanized farming. It's not subsistence farming, not hand to mouth. He's talking about mechanized farming, and you know what agriculture means, especially in this day and age. My thing here is, Mr. Chairman, are you incorporating the idea, whether it's a cooperative or whether it's a partnership with people in the diaspora, to be part of the great investment opportunity in Liberia in the years to come?
Yes. When we do our farm, after it's set up, we will float it. We will give Liberians outside the chance to participate in it by owning shares. We also are developing from Secretary to Tank Bank. We are currently in negotiation with the owners of a piece of land at 250 acres, and we're going to develop an estate like something. One of the biggest problems our brothers and sisters from America have is that they send money home and to build their houses, and they go through so many agony. Sometimes the family member takes the money, does the. Now, what we want to do is something different. We're going to build the place, we design it, and then you can come and look at it. If you like it, you buy it. And you don't have to pay everything down. You can take your time, pay over a period of time. You have a holiday home. So anytime you come, everything is there. You can stay there and because District 7 is in the middle of Nimba, so you can come and live in your villa, and you can reach to your family anywhere, because any part of Nimba is reachable through this. And this is going to be tied to our plan to make sure that all of Nimba is open. Next year, we are going to the Bassa part of Nimba. We are going to the Crown part of Nimba, because those people have never had access to development, and we have planned to open all of those places, so that to be and the rule to Bo and Quila, that these are the places, we want to reach, so that, if someone, a lot of my brothers and sisters in America, they are from Nimba, sometimes they want to come home, but, they born children that are not used to living here. We will make those buildings, make it suitable for them. If you don't want to buy it, you can rent it for a month or so and stay there, and then you go. But you will not miss anything. You will not miss internet. You will not miss TV. Not miss the water. You will not miss anything. Everything will be there. This is just to make. We have to, and this is in part of my immigration bill. Like you see, everything we're doing as a long-term and a short-term plan. The immigration bill, to achieve the things I'm talking about, you guys have to have unrestricted access to Liberia. Okay, you can come anytime you want to come. For those who have stayed so long in America, they don't have their Liberian passport. We don't want them to struggle. So there will be visa on arrival. And then once you arrive, you pay your $50 visa, you enter the country, you get a Liberian passport. That's it. Whether you're from Germany, whether you're from Australia, or whether you're from the United States, we want to incorporate everybody. So it's a long-term plan, business plan to incorporate District 7, make it a hub, and do it. We can do it, and we will do it.
Monk, do you have another question before I come in with my questions, and we'll move it around again? Do you have any question or any concern, Monk? Okay. Well, Chairman Musa Bility, thanks for expounding, for providing context and clarity to some of the questions we've asked you. I want to move just a little bit, because you're a businessman by profession or by nature, as some might say. My question to you is, this new revolution, this new fight, this new venture you are on in the Liberian politics, are you sending a message to the voters, to Liberians, to those around the world, that when you have money and you get elected, it is okay to use your money to benefit the Liberian people without expecting anything? Or are you saying, let me invest and later on, maybe I won't get something? What is the message you are sending?
Okay, see, thank you. First, let me appreciate you for this question, because everything one does, there has to be an end game. First of all, what I'm doing right now is investing. I'm investing. But in order to invest, the business strategy, as a student of business and economics, you create the market first. So enable your people, capacitate your people. The people of Nimba County are so hardworking. What do they need? Roles. What do they need? Incentive to work. Therefore, that is an investment. In 5 years, when I'm going to be, are you guys with me?
Yeah. The major enlarging
We just highlighted you as you expand.
Right. In 5 years, when all of these things are working, all these roles that I've invested in, My cocoa will be ready. Chocolate factory will be here. We will have a wholesale business operation going on inside Liberian. People will have access to it. Banks will be operating. The people life will change, and then we the business people will make money. Steve, computer. Bill Gates made money when he invented something that people needed. Thomas Edison presented the light. Not only did he make money from the light, but the light changed people. Not only did Bill Gates make money from computer, the computer changed people. Before Bill Gates produced a small computer, one computer in America could fill a whole room.
Right.
You understand? He made it smaller. Steve Jobs came and made it even smaller. This thing carries what a whole 2-story building of house could carry 20 years ago in computer. And because of that, they make money. So people don't look, the way to make money is to enable people. Once you enable people, then what you want to sell to them, they have the capacity to buy.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a farm. I'm making rice farm. I'm going to make cocoa farm. I'm going to start buying cocoa. I'm going to start buying rubber, right? All of these things will be money that will be circulating. I'm pushing the banks. The banks say I should build. For them to come here, they don't have the money, so I must build the place, and then they'll come over. So building that place, to somebody today, it will look crazy. But building that place, it's giving my people access to money. It's giving myself access to money. It allows me to put money in that bank and give it to people. Let me give you an example. The agriculture team just reported today. When we send them on the field to say, look, go and get various groups who want to involve in farming, we'll provide everything. And they have more than they can handle. There are more groups than they can. So they came to me and say, it's not possible. The kind of request we are receiving is not possible. So we have to pilot it, which means we have to say, okay, we'll start with this number of people. And then so I told them, look, go and determine how many of these groups will you require to do 50,000 backward rights. Because this time next year, Sekou, within 18 months, I want to invite Liberia into District 7 to come and see that we have made our own rice and that we are feeding our own people, and it's packaged on it, made in District 7, Republic of Liberia.
Wow.
That's what we want to do.
Thank you, Chairman Musa.
It is possible.
Chairman, I want to, on SKTV, we push the questions, we push the conversation. So let me push you, because you've talked about the economic side, you've talked about the business side of you. I want to talk about the political side of you. Chairman Musa Bility, what is your long-term interest in terms of these investments? Are you interested in the presidency? Are you interested in the vice president? What is your long-term interest?
I'm a typical politician. My interest is the limit of the sky. But I have created goals for myself. Today, as a representative of District 7, my interest is to see that what I signed up for is appreciated. That interest will take me to 2029. And then I will seek a reaffirmation of the people. For me, that is important so that I can test to say, if you promise people, you live up to the promise, do they appreciate that? I want to test that. So I will come 2029 and vote and ask them to vote for me. When they respond by voting for me, what comes next? Anything is possible.
Okay.
From now to 2029, I am certain that I'm going to come back and run as representative.
Okay. We're second.
And yes, beyond 2029, anything is possible. because that is a struggle. A minority in Nima County, the people have accepted me. I made a promise to them. I believe at that time I would have lived up to my promise, and I went back to them and asked them, you'll give me another 6 years based on what I've done. And they do it. For me, that experiment will be closed. So at that point, I am prepared based on the environment, based on what provides itself to me. And there are several conditions attached. 2029, we're going to have a presidential election. And so it depends on who wins. You don't expect me to support somebody and the person wins, and then the next election I'm opposing the person. But everything will be on the table.
So Musa Bility, before we go to Sekou, because we are setting the basis now for the tough.
I told you I was ready for you. You see, I'm just I just doing my rich man food. I'm ready for you.
So we are setting the basis for the
I'm ready to answer all your questions.
So we're setting the basis here for political conversations, looking into the future. Chairman Musa Bility, as we speak now, just off the top of your head, could you tell us how many Liberians in total are in your employment? How many you've employed, or how many Liberians are working for you? Whether it's from your businesses, from your current office, or just things that you do. How much in total?
About 1,000.
Okay, about 1,000 Liberians.
Yeah.
And are you saying that they're from different backgrounds, different tribes, and so forth? Is that what you're saying?
In that 1,000, I don't know the tribes. In that 1,000, there's less than 10 people that belong to my tribe.
Okay, let me
hold on. Less than 10% or 10 people?
10 people.
10 human beings out of the 1,000. So that's 1% of the 1%, or I don't know how many percent of that.
Less than 1/10 of a percent. What are you talking about?
Less than 1/10 of that percent of the people. But here's my follow-up question to you, Chairman, because again, we're laying the basis for some serious political conversation with you today. I know Sekou will take it from here right after this question. But Chairman, let me ask you this question. Of recent, since you made the announcement, there are some people that have whether written it publicly, whether said it privately to some of us, written some of us, that seem to have seen maybe, I don't know, the light or whatever they term it as concerning you. They've said you are potential Nima Godfather. Listen to these different names or different titles. Nima Godfather. You are potential senator. You are potential vice president. You are potential president. Even as far as potential speaker of the House. Mr. Chairman, let me ask you this question. Where do you envision yourself in the next, vis-a-vis all of these titles that were brought up to you? Where do you envision yourself?
Definitely, I look up to being speaker in 2029 after the election. I look forward to that. Having learned my lesson, having, by the grace of God, I would have had 6 years of experience. I would know who is who, what is what to do. I would have made some mark for myself, and I would have sought the reaffirmation from my people, and I would definitely want to be a speaker. Okay. Godfather, president, vice president, those things are earned. At this point in time, I don't think I've earned those rights. It is time and character that can give you the opportunity. You see, unless you are in the buying, it will be difficult for you to understand, for instance, why Prince Johnson is a godfather to them. Nobody knows. Unless you are in the buying. So you earn that. No matter what means you use to earn, you earn the right to be called a godfather. In my lifetime, I've seen only one person that have been called Godfather in my county, Spring Johnson. He earned that. So at this point in time, less than 2 months as a representative, I don't think I've earned that. When the time arrives, when my deed show up and the people of Nema County, recognizes that and call me Godfather, I'll be happy to be called that. But I know that I've never even started that journey yet. There's one journey that I've started. The people of District 8 took a risk.
7.
District 7 took a risk and appointed a Madingo man to be their representative, appointed a Muslim in the midst of fear mongering that he's going to come here and take the people land from there and give it back to his people. And he's going to come here and avenge what happened to his people during the war. In the midst of all of that, they took the race and elected me. That is a gratitude that I cannot just turn my back on just because I want to achieve political accolades. So I want to take that journey to the end. And I want to look back and tell the people, thank you, I need a more time. And I want the moment where the people will elect me to say, you are a good man. You've proven to be a good man. It's the moment that I wait for. The first time, in October last year, it was a race they took. I want the next one to be based on testimony, on facts, to say everything that was said about this man is not true. So, Steve, when that time reaches, like I told you, when it's time for me to be Godfather, if that will happen, I will be. But the Godfather title, you can't get it overnight. You got to work for it. You got to earn it. And I think that I have not earned that yet.
Thank you so much. Sekou is up to you, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much to everybody. If you're just joining, this is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. We're also live on several radio stations, including Truth FM 96.1, Truth FM 96.9. Also, radio Nimba TV. We are live everywhere. We are live on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and everywhere where you can be on social media. You will find SKTV. I want to say thank you to Chairman Musa Bility. Chairman Bility, you said something. Some people, it got a lot of people going, wow. But everybody receiving it in their own way. Some people receiving it positively and some people receiving it negatively. When you said out of 1,000 employees of yours, you have less than 10 people, or maybe about 10 people who are from your tribe. Was this done by coincidence, or this was done willfully, just to gain support or to gain political leverage amongst others who are non-Mandingo? Or this was done by coincidence, or this is just a calculated move to keep your people away and give other people who are not of your tribe the opportunity for political expediency?
I understand. The people who take that, I understand. But it's not it. Sekou, I opened Truth FM in 2004, 20 years ago. 20 years ago. I was not thinking of being representative. At no time, I've had more than 3 or 4 Madingo working there. Today, my son is the head of Truth FM. But besides him, I think we got maybe 1 or 2. Maybe one is my witness. Okay? We have, and through there, we have had some great Madingo guys that passed through that station. Mamadi Jakite.
Mamadi Jakite is one of them.
Yeah, Abu Kamara, I'm very proud of my tribe. I've done a whole lot for my tribe, for the Muslim community. I'm not boasting on this radio, but there's no one in Liberia, not a single person, who have given more to the Muslim community than me. There's no one, absolutely no one. And I'm saying this on record. There's in my family, in the Madigo community, I've sent people to Mecca. In the Muslim community, I've sent people to Mecca. More than I've sent at least 50% to Mecca.
Wow.
About 45 of them are Madingo family members, you know. So there are a point where your family comes high, there are a point where they don't come at all, and I mean affiliation. So I would just want people to understand that when I like Strumex, my company, it's that company. It used to be Sahara, and then it became Strumex. I've been in that business for over 25 years now. You know, my son was the head of that company before. So at the end of the day, I gave opportunity, not necessarily as a matter of trial. Those companies play no part in terms of politically to be a representative. It's in my district that it matters. So I don't get myself involved into your choose Madingo man or your people just come.
Okay. So that means those things just happen by coincidence.
Yeah.
Now it's not any kind of willful plan to actually isolate certain people. You know, sometimes we are in a position to ask the rightful questions. People may not have access to you, but we understand, we see people comments and the way they receive certain information. So, Chairman Bility, in Nimba, district number 7, you started doing things way before you became representative in terms of school, in terms of investing in the community, in terms of building bridges, roads, some area where God never reached before. You work. That was way before you became representatives. And you're still saying you are just getting started. You have not earned certain accolade yet as with respect to those titles that were enumerated by Steve. Question to you. When you decided to run for representatives, we asked you, I personally asked you on this platform, Mr. Chairman, will you stop doing what you're doing in Nimba? Should the people vote otherwise? If you say no, you say you will continue doing what you're doing. What is the motivation for that? Even if you were not being, even if the people didn't actually compensate you with something, but you say, I will keep doing what I'm doing for my people. Where is that motivation coming from?
First, I trust my people. I connected with them. I knew that they were going to vote for me. Second, I'm not the first politician to have lost the second election and still become a winner in the end. It's for me, I look at it as the same principle. If I had lost the election and I continued to work, the people would have said, oh my God, we should have voted for this man. We didn't know that this was such a nice person. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think you're getting my point. And that would have put me in a position where I would say, oh, I think the people now appreciate who I am. I could have won the second one. But if you come to that point where you are going to do things for people and insist that if they don't pay you back, then you should just walk away from them. Then forget about politics. Look, I lobby with people to vote for me as deputy speaker. I sat with people and they agreed that they were going to vote for me. And they did not vote for me. And the next day, when we came to session, I walked to almost everybody. In fact, the man who defeated me, as soon as the number that he required to win was named, I left my seat. I went to him. I hugged him. I shook his hand. I said, congratulations. And I moved on. You always got to prepare yourself. When it is not your moment, it's not your moment. There is a God, and He predestined everything that will happen to us. If you go for something and you don't get it, just know that He has something better for you. Just, sometimes we get to this point where we so much believe in ourselves that we forget that God knows best. There are things that God can tell you, I'm not going to give you this because it's not in line with your destiny that I've prepared. And then you feel disappointed. So I don't get disappointed. Nothing disappoints me. In fact, my friends tell me that why I don't worry. I said, no. You got to ask yourself, what worrying is going to do? Is it going to help to solve your problem? No. So in the end, you have to develop the character so that people will know you for who you are and vote for you or not vote for you. When they disappoint you, I know today in the house. You understand? I know today in the house, if there was a real vote, I will win resoundingly. But I have no plan to compete with Thomas Fowler. Here now we are friends. I'm done with it. I've re-won my focus, and I believe that where I sit in that legislature is exactly where God wants me. Those who did not vote for me, they were only instrument of God to achieve His will, and His will always be done. And the goal and the things He got for me are on the path that I have taken.
Thank you.
The
So,
rest is with Him.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. So before speaking of where you sit right now and where God wanted you to be, I understand that you are currently the chairman on national security in the House of Representatives. Is that correct?
Correct.
So I'm going to drift a little bit from this asset declaration
Today, I'm anything civil, anything.
to something with national security concerns. We have so SKTV was informed last night, and then also followed by this morning, that there are some special agents in the country that were traveling with the United States person that was sent to Liberia, the lady that was mentioned by SKTV yesterday. And those special agents are believed to be in the country, keep eyes on certain individual ahead of this whole War and Economic Crimes Court process. You are on record saying that you are not for War and Economic Crimes Court. You're more interested in economic crimes than war crime. And as it stands right now, it seems like the War and Economic Crimes Court is imminent. You change your position or you stay against the War Crime Court. And can you confirm or deny the presence of those special agents in the country as someone with oversight over national security concerns?
Yeah, simple. When you become chairman of national security, you carry some burden of responsibility, and therefore you cannot decipher information. And I'm not saying what you're saying is true or false. I'm just saying that national security information is not for the media, so I cannot diverge that to you. So maybe I should just pivot to your next question, which has to do with the issue of the war crime. I can I? Because you're not going to get out.
You're good. You're good. I'm not going to force you to answer the way I want you to, but you're good.
I mean, you call America name, then you won't put me in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble with America. I mean, you say, well, look, my position on the war crime is not that. I have some fundamental issues. My issues was that, people saying war crime. Can we define it so that we know? If you open a code, you open the TOR of the code. So what are we calling war crime? What period is this code going to cover? My issue, look, I believe in justice. I'm not a proponent of the war crime code. I'm not against it, but I'm not a proponent. I'm not one of those people who are taking it and submitting a bill for it and campaigning for it. I'm not one of those people. But what I'm saying is that there are several points in the history of our country where lives have been lost. And I don't care where they want it to start, and I will accept any point. But let's not do something that will have a loose end, which means, can we say, please, can we define war crime? Can we define economic crime? Can we say this war crime code is specifically designed to deal with issues from this period to this period? So that is very critical. If it is from 1990 to 2003, or to include, for instance, the auditors that died, or the monies that people say is missing, is it what we're going to cover? It's good to know, because, or are we going to go to the war? Or are we going to go to 1979, 1980, the people that were put on the pole and shot? Or the student that died at the university, in the 1979 arrest riot? Are we going to say we need to investigate? These are not going to be in this particular code that is coming. I just want to have clarity to say no.
Right. So
Tego, I beg you, give me a chance, because this is a very critical question you asked.
Yeah, and I was still gonna give you some.
But let me just you can ask as many times as you want. I just want to. So I'm looking for that answer, and I don't care what the answer is. I'm not saying that I'm looking for a particular answer. Okay, I just want to know, because I need clarity, so that if somebody say, oh no, what you are arresting me for does not cover the tenure of this code. The family whose person was killed in the 1979 riot, and they want justice. And this is the first war crime code in our country. The people whose family were killed to the pole in 1980 in the coup, the student riot. I remember during the 80s when Samuel Doe to the Minister of Defense, they move or you move. And when that happened, and students began to jump from the back of the university, and many students were killed. Are we going to say, no, that will come later, or yes, that should include this, or no, this is a specialized war crime code. It's specifically for the war in 1990 and the war that ended in 2003. The clarity will help all of us. If you don't do that, you just go and do a resolution and say establish a war crime code. You make no limit. You give no tenure limit. That's a recipe for chaos. I said, unless that is done, I am not in favor of a war crime code. If those are done and those questions are asked, and there is a holistic and second is simple, There's a precedent in the Republic of Liberia. For a war crime code to come into Liberia, the government of Liberia has to accept. So before I can take any other position, it is important for me to know as a lawmaker what is the position. And the reason why I'm asking for this position is because, for instance, in my county, over 1 million voted for the current government. So if the current government, which make me to believe that my county is a part and parcel of the government, comes out to support the war crime code, so be it. So I'm not an activist fighting for the war crime code, but I'm not an opponent of the war crime code.
Mr. Chairman, thank you so much. Like I said, you don't have to answer the question the way I want, but I think you kind of created more questions than answer in answering that question. You made mention of the rest riot. You made mention of the people that were murdered on the port. I don't think those incorporate a war crime, because those may be crime. But speaking of the current situation, you spoke of some limitation. Do you have any statute of limitation in mind where the whole war crime process should begin and stop? And if this resolution is brought in front of you in the House of Representatives, will you vote for the establishment of one economic crimes code?
If you bring the war crime code document before me and tell me that I either say yes or no, I will not vote for it. If you tell me, I will give you time to go and consult your people and let me hear what my people say. This is a monumental decision. This is not one of the decisions where you just sit and just write a pen and say, I sign. I don't believe in that. I believe in restorative justice. I believe that at the end of the day, every one of us, all of us in this country, we deserve justice, we need justice. What I'm saying, as a lawmaker, if you're making a decision as big as this, you must consult your people. It's not difficult for me. I'll come, I'll have a town hall, I'll have a week or two, to deliberate on it and seek clearance from my people on what position they want me to take. They voted for me. This is a critical decision. I cannot be bullied into signing a war crime code resolution overnight. No, that's not Musa Bility. I don't believe in that. What I do know is that the people want justice. We need to determine as a country what kind of justice we want to give our people, and when does this justice cover? Are we saying that some people deserve to get justice than other people? Or can we, if this war crime code says that every war crime that was committed in the history of Liberia must be investigated and tried by this court, I'll sign it.
So
without any reservation.
Speaking of statute,
but if it is a targeted, murder has no statute of limitation. Under our jurisprudence, murder has no statute of limitation.
What about what is defined as war crime in your according to your understanding?
I'm not a lawyer. Let the lawyers go and define it and just say this is a war crime and it covers the history of Liberia. Anywhere there is a war crime and the family is aggrieved, that family has a right to come before this court and say this person.
Okay. In a lawmaker, forget about being a lawyer. We know both of us we are not legal practitioners here, but how do you understand war crime? What is war crime in your layman understanding? Because you kept going to murder, and not all murders are war crimes. Dress riot, whatever happened, people got killed, it's not war crime. People that were taken to South Beach and they were murdered in cold blood, that was not war crime. It could be classified as a crime, depending, what you've done to prosecute here. So I'm asking you, what is your understanding of war crime? Because attaching other things that may not be under the classification of war crime, they will be like just to muddy the water, to just confuse the people as to, in a way of rejecting the process, but not outrightly saying that I don't want it, but trying to bring some things that are not connected.
But Seko, I'm not saying that if the court define war crime, I would not vote for it. I'm just saying I want to define.
Yeah, but you're attaching some things to it.
I have no definition for war crime.
Okay,
I'm saying to you,
yeah.
I'm saying to you, if you say that during war, we have had several wars ago. We have had uprising in 1980, 1979. We have had coup in 1980. You understand? When, we have had the coup, the November, is that November 7 or 11 aborted coup?
I think November 12. I don't know.
November 12.
I think
We
so.
have all of that. In those cases, there were two combatant forces, and they were shooting at each other, and war crimes were committed, because during that time, civilians that were not involved into that shootout were arrested and killed. That's war crime. What I'm saying to you is, at this point, define it and say, if the court says that this particular court is about 1990. You understand what I'm saying? That is about 1980. Then I'm fine.
All
if
right.
you say it's about 1990,
One last question on this issue.
All I'm saying, Sekou, that I don't want. I'm not saying I don't want. I will not sign onto any document that has no limit, that is open-ended. I'm sorry. I will not be intimidated into signing.
Let me go to
If you want a war crime, define it, and I will not dictate to you what you put there. Just define it so that we all can know what is the limit.
Okay.
I said, what you don't understand.
I understand.
Things can roll out of control.
That's true. I understand. But I understand. So let me go to the economic aspect of it. Economic crime. We have economic criminals all over the place, from Joseph Jingrawa time up to now. In your belief, if you were to make a decision or to decide in terms of statute of limitation, you talk about there should be no statute of limitation when it comes to murder. Now we are talking about economic crimes here. If you were asked to decide the statute of limitation of economic crimes committed in Liberia, where will you start from and end at?
I'm not a proponent of war crime, so
I'm talking about economic crime, not war crime. I'm talking about economic crimes now. Economic crime being committed every day, up to even today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Where would be a suitable time in terms of statute of limitation? Where would you want to start from?
Well, it's difficult because there is statute of limitation on the book. It does not cover murder, but it covers everything else. So if you're committing economic, if you are economic crime, it's going to be very difficult to, it's just a word that just being added to romanticize war crime. But the law cannot allow you to prosecute anyone for economic activity after 5 years. Yeah, that's what the law is. It has a limitation. So that's just romanticizing the war crime. So they say war and economic crime. It's just to give it a smooth landing. But I'm okay. Whatever it is. At the end of the day, my argument, Sekou, is define what you want and we'll give it to you. Define it. Because I don't want this thing here to be an open-ended thing.
So if you come to the definition, defining it, and the TRC, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, final report and recommendation, do you think the war crime should just be limited to the TRC or go beyond TRC?
I don't have confidence in the TRC report.
So,
I have no respect for the TRC report. I think what should happen,
Mhm.
if there's going to be a war crime code, then everything should be started, and a team, everything that is required should be put in place. And let me tell you something, Sekou. If the Supreme Court has struck down portion of the TRC, there's no other law you can pass to resuscitate that. That becomes a non-starter. Since murder and all these things don't have statute of limitation, you can create tenure, you can create TOR. But to go to TRC and all those things there, it comes to all the same bureaucratic bottleneck that we are talking about. If people are serious, Sekou, if they want to solve the problem, let them define it, and I'll be happy. But it's not defined.
all right.
What
Back to
happened to the Tobo family? If you say you are going to charge Prince Johnson for killing Samuel Kayando, so what happened to the Tobo family? What's going to happen to them? Yeah, if they come and say, if you're going to charge Prince Johnson for killing Doe, you should charge those who killed Tobo. Are you going to say no? Tobo life is not important. The only thing that court can say is that no. We were established to deal with only the period in which Doe were killed. Then the code would be standing. If you just create a code, everybody who feels aggrieved will come to that code for redress. And that code would be there forever.
So, Chairman, thank you so much. Thank you for your stance or your explanation on this question. But I know you asked a pivotal question to SKTV. And while you were asking, we're also doing the research. Liberia cannot determine what an economic crimes code means. We can do that because we are in a global village. We are part of the global village. We signed on to the Geneva Convention. Chairman, would you agree that we signed on to the Geneva Convention as a nation?
Yes.
So you agree to that. Then let's establish what this whole war crime is so that I can give you clarity and context. And we'll do you a favor to also send it to you so that maybe it can inform you about
and so when you bring in the war crime resolution to me, tell me that you are opening the war crime code in accordance to the Geneva Convention.
Yes, and that's why
then you have created ultimate reference.
Right.
My argument. If you're following me, because you're just
I understand.
If you're following me, my argument is I'm not going to support a freaking stand.
Right.
A code that you will just open without no limit, and there will come an issue. It will become an issue. Take it from me. I know my country. Define it. If you're gonna be based on or how you call it, Geneva Code, that one is properly defined. So it has all of the things inside. Say it in your resolution. So we are opening the court to prosecute those who violated the Geneva Convention.
Right. So, Chairman, because, and that's why we're saying the question we are asking you, because Liberia is part of the global village and we sign on to the Geneva Convention, for the public sake, let me read one or two things here really quick. And Chairman, maybe you can listen to it. We'll send this to you as well. Quickly, while you guys are having a discussion, the Rome Statute, I've heard some people quote the Rome Statute and the international crime law and so forth. If you read Article 8, it defines a specific on what war crimes are. So basically, from what it states here, the court shall have jurisdiction in respect of war crimes, in particular when committed as part of the plan or policy, as part of the large-scale commission of such crimes. For example, these are things that they mean as war crime: willful killing, torture of human treatment, including biological experiments, willful causing great suffering or serious injury to the body or health, extensive destruction and appropriation of property not justified by military necessity and carried out unlawfully and one only, compelling a prisoner or war or other protected person to serve in forces of a hostile power, willfully depriving a prisoner of war or other protected person of their rights of fair and regular trial, unlawful deportation or transfer or unlawful confinement. The last part of it is taking of hostages. But here's something that caught my attention, Chairman, because I think this part will help all of us. War crimes are those violations or international human rights laws, treaty, or customary law that inquire individual crimes, responsibility under the international law as a result, and in contrast to the crimes of genocide and crimes against humanity. War crime must always take place in the context of, this is important, war crimes must always take place in the context of an armed conflict, either international or non-international. So this brings up the point that Sekou brought. That, yes, Chairman, you have a fair point out. Are we going back to 1980? Are we going back to the coup or so forth? You have a fair point. But my question to you, here's my question to you, Chairman. You are saying if there is a clear definition, if there is a clear stipulation on books to say this is where we're starting from, this is what we're doing, this is how we're going to do it, you are for it. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
But if it is not clear and it's going to be more of a witch hunt or pick and choose thing or going after one group of people or one person, you don't want to be part of that.
I'll be not only one. I don't want to be part of it, I'll be against it.
Okay, that's fair. But then let me ask you this other question, because you are the chairman in the House of Representatives, or you are leading the issue of security. Per the Front Page Africa reporting that this one economic crimes court that we are talking about, we are discussing. In fact, the Front Page is reporting tomorrow. Credit to them. Here is the headline for the newer article that coming out tomorrow. There's what it says: a matter of urgency. They call the war crime court a matter of urgency. Chairman, are you okay for the one economic crimes court to be established in Ghana, to be carried out in Ghana, and those who are found guilty also held in prison in Ghana? Are you for it or are you against it?
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay.
No.
Okay. And then
Absolutely don't care.
The other part of my question is, credit to Front Page Africa again, that they are reporting that as of this week, the bill will be passed in the House. The bill will be presented it will be put on the floor in the House to be voted on. What will be your vote?
If they bring the bill Tuesday for me to sign, I will not sign. I'm telling you now.
Why not?
I'm not a dumb. I didn't come over there for somebody to come bring paper for me to sign. And whatever that price is, I will pay. If you bring that bill to me, I will have to bring it to my people and hear them what they say. And I will go. This is not a matter for me to decide on behalf of 50,000 people. And you can do whatever you want to do to me. You can I'm not intimidated. I would never be intimidated. I've said it over and over that I'm not against war crime. But I don't get bullied. I have never been bullied. I will never be bullied. No one bullies me.
So Chairman,
if you get me a war crime court document on Tuesday, and the speaker should be able to say, we'll give you a break, so there will be no session on Thursday.
Okay.
And then you can go and come back on Tuesday. I will use that time. I will come and have meeting. I will have community meeting with my people. I will hear what they say. I will record it. I'll put it on record so that the war and every aspect of that meeting will be live on social media so the world can hear what my people say. And then I will come and relay that decision to the capital building.
Chairman,
if somebody bring me a document to say today is Tuesday, we are in session, the war crime document is signed, Musa Bility's signature will not be on it. So Chairman Musa Bility, let me push you on that same question here. You can choke me, sir.
So are you saying that you would need time to get to your people before making a decision. That's what you're saying.
Every sound lawmaker will need time.
Okay, so
Every sound lawmaker will be time.
That's fair.
It's a sovereign country. If you want us to do something, there has to be pattern. I didn't go into that building to suck up to anybody, no matter who that person is.
So, Chairman,
I don't operate like that. Then that vote you can count it minus Musa Bility.
So, Chairman, we told you earlier.
If you give me a document as important as the War Crime Court, and people die and family lost their people, I would love to come to my people and ask them, war is not in the Constitution of Liberia. So therefore, if I'm doing something that is outside of my everyday duty, the people who give me that power must have a say.
Yeah, but Chairman, before I ask you this pushback question, if you insinuate that War Crime Code is not in the Constitution of Liberia, which I would have to agree with you, but unfortunately, the Constitution of Liberia signed up to the Geneva Convention, so that means it is binding. It is constitutional as well. Can we agree on that?
So let me come back to you. As a lawmaker, everything I'm supposed to do is in the Constitution.
Right.
If something that has been prescribed to me by the lawmakers before me, such as not the Constitution,
right,
my peers before me, such as the Constitution, that is outside of my everyday responsibility as prescribed in the Constitution, not just this War Crime Code, nothing like that, I will sign without consulting. If this is a code that should have been here 18 years ago, you understand? If 1 week is too long, then count Musa Bility out. I will not sign it.
So, Chairman, then here's the last part of this question I want to ask you. Because today we told you, before the show, we told the Liberian people that we will push the chairman from all angles. And I like the fact that we're stretching this now. But there's the other side of this question, Chairman, I wanted to ask you. Are you going to follow the same pattern before you vote on anything to call all of the people and make sure that it is publicized?
No. Because those things are covered within my responsibility as a lawmaker under the Constitution of Liberia. What I'm saying to you is that war crime, people shooting one another, people killing one another, and a special code created outside of what is in the Constitution required for me to count to my people. The war that took place here, people died, people were killed unfairly, extrajudicial killing took place. This happened. Now the people are going to come, they're going to put the code, and some of you will, you know what happened, you will be able to testify. If somebody did something wrong to you, that you'll be able to go to that code to say, so I'm going to sign. I want to hear them. If you're not going to give me that chance, forget about me.
So you're passing.
There are 71 other people who can
Steve, we got to make progress.
Let me ask the chairman this part, because let me ask the chairman.
I want as many time on this walk ranting as I can.
No. Let me ask a question. Question, because this is important. You are saying that you are not bound to whatever other lawmakers signed on already that you came and met. That's what you are saying in essence. But you're also saying that you are right. No, you get a chance to correct me now. You get a chance to correct me. But you're also saying in another vein that you could vote on the bills in the House without consulting your people. But when it comes to the one economic crime, that the only one you're going to support them, you're going to consult with them. What are you saying, Chairman?
What I'm saying is that this country went to war, Steve. And we are going to create a court that is outside of the normal jurisdiction of this country, that is not going to be subject to our jurisprudence, and that people will be arrested and put behind bar. And that if you bring a war crime court and people are not even sensitized to know that they have to testify, and that when they testify, nothing will happen to them, and all of these things, and then you just go and sign the war crime code, you're just going to create panic. We as the lawmakers, not just to get people approval, but to give them sufficient information to say, look, here we are. There's a code coming. This code is going to go after people who kill, quote unquote, innocent people. People died, Seko. I lost people. Okay, and these people now are going to be able to face justice and closure. My people, what you say? I want to hear them. Look, I don't necessarily have to agree with them. I don't necessarily have to agree with them, but I want to hear them. As a lawmaker, I want to hear what my people say. I repeat, I'm not against the War Crime Code. I am not against the War Crime Code. But if you bring the War Crime Code Tuesday and say Musa Bility must sign Tuesday, you can bring Jack Truck out on Sunday.
Thank you, Chairman.
I need that time to take that document first, just for my own sake.
Right.
Today is Sunday. I've never received any document. Okay? You expect me to receive a document in 48 hours and say yes? Not like that. I don't operate like that.
Thank you so
If
much.
this is what we need, if this is what Liberia needs, if this is the code that Liberia needs, Liberia will have it.
So, Chairman, thank you so much. We're going to go to Monk, but before we go to Monk, I just want to clarify something that you just said. Besides War Crime Code document, any document that's supposed to be signed by a representative or a senator, like it has been done, like it was done under Jowia government, wherein Yeke reported that they will bring bills, they will bring critical documents without giving them time to even read and understand, then they will persuade them to sign. Nobody should be done for anybody to sign any document in that manner. Besides the War Crime Code document, any document for that matter. Nobody should be shoving document in people's
Yes, you should not even be saying that.
telling you to sign it.
And say, well, I'm reading the comment. I mean, clarity. In my whole life, I've never participated in war. I've never had a pistol. I've never been in a scout ball. I've never participated anywhere near war. I've only been a victim of war. I've never been related to, I've never benefited from any warring faction. To say warring faction came to Liberia, they killed people and they came to power and they gave me power. No. I've never participated in war. I've never been related to a warring faction. I am who I am today, and I don't believe in war. I believe in justice. My point is, and will remain, let us clarify what we want. I'm sure by now Steve has sent me the Geneva Convention. If you have not sent it, please send it to me. Because if this code is going to be established in accordance with Geneva Convention, I got no problem. I will sign it. Because the Geneva Convention is very clear. The Geneva Convention is very clear. If this is a code in line with the Geneva or the Rome Statute, any one of them, I accept it. Then it doesn't need any further TOR.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Monk, do you have any question for the chairman?
Well, for me, it's not a question. It's just a follow-up comment, because I'm kind of a lost in the detail from the chairman. If you make, I understand the fact that you want a specific definition or scope of this entire war crimes code. But the thing with the war crime code is not something new to Liberia. Whether you're talking about International Criminal Tribunal, whether you're talking about the Rome Statute, whether you're talking about the Geneva Convention, we sign off on all those international treaties. So if you want to make the case that you will have to consult the people of District 7 in Nema County, when you have an overwhelming consensus of war crime code in Liberia, then it's a whole different thing. Because District 7 is just a microcosm on entire Liberia. I mean, we have ran a lot of test experiments. We've got calls from all over the country, and there's a unanimous consensus from the code. I mean, from all over the country, people saying that they want war crimes code. So when
that all of you delaying this thing, because share it with me. I don't have any such information. I don't know. I don't have anything.
Because, Chairman, the reason I made that comment, the average person listening to the podcast would say, you know what? The chairman is saying he will need to consult people from District 7 before he can sign up to this. But the last time I checked, when it came to the emergency funding that Joseph Boga recorded for the 1 million, you rejected it. I don't think you consulted the people of District 7 to reject that emergency funding. So the idea that, look, at certain time, the politician will go against people from within his district. We know that it's not always cool. It's not always in line. There are times you would even agree or you would disagree with the district. But when something is an overwhelming consensus, especially for the entire country, because one thing too, your county that you represent is a very sensitive county when it comes to the issue of war crime, because we know the individual from that county. So people can say, okay, maybe Musa is trying to play politics by virtue of the fact that he's from Nema County. And they have made Prince Johnson the poster child of the war crime, because we have always been against that. There are a lot of people that committed atrocity, but every time people talk about war crime, the very first picture that pop up the man is Prince Johnson, which is unfair. So that could be a reason too, because they'll say, okay, Musa Bility just rejected the emergency funding. We never saw him in the town hall style meeting with his people, giving them the opportunity to either sign on or to say we reject it. But anyway, we'll leave it for that for now. But I think that's why the average person will take listen to the podcast. They know that you are for war crime court, but they'll say maybe Musa is gonna play a little bit of politics because Nema County and war crime is very sensitive. That's how I see it.
Okay, so I want to ask all of your questions, including Mayborn. What is the politics at play here? I've said that if you bring a war crime code and tie it to all of the conventions that you're talking about, I will sign it. I've said that I will not sign a document that does not have tenure, that does not have term of reference. Okay, I've been very clear. Why is the politics?
No,
Chairman, at the end of the day, I don't want a flying sheet of paper going around here calling a resolution to establish a war crime code. I'm not going to sign that. If that document says this code is being established in line with the Geneva Convention and consistent with the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, I'll sign it.
Okay.
It must be consistent with all of these things.
I'm not. Yeah, just so we make something clear. I'm not saying you playing politics. I'm just saying maybe that how the average person like bro might interpret it.
Monk, everybody will not like the things I say every day. So if you think that you want to be a darling of everybody, you're not going to make it. This is the hard world we're living in. I'm reading the chat.
So if you ask all of us,
people have the right to say the things they have to say.
Mr. Chairman, if you ask all of us whether or not you play politics, you are a politician. So playing politics is not a bad thing. But I believe you are very honest with your opinion and you stand by it. And I respect that. So it's up to the people to interpret how they want to interpret your opinion expressed on here. And also, I don't want you to be carried away by the comments. If you do that, you'll be distracted because you're not going to always see things that really come out good. If you want to remain focused, remain decisive about what you're saying, and stick to your opinion. Sometimes reading comments are it's good sometimes, but it's not always the best thing to do when you are discussing sensitive issue because people will come at you by all means. So I will try to say,
so I will not read it again. I agree.
Yeah, if you can read it, but it shouldn't really distract you. So
no, I agree.
Yeah, the reason why I wanted to actually ask Mayborn to take some calls. Of now we can start taking calls here in the diaspora. Mayborn step away a little bit because we are literally about 4 minutes over our time. I don't know whether Mayborn then they're trying to negotiate as to whether we can stay on to continue with the conversation with the chairman because the chairman came a little late, and we want to take calls, for the ordinary Liberians to also have the opportunity to ask 1 or 2 questions. And the chairman doesn't have problem with us, but let's make sure when the radio people return, let it tell us exactly what we are going to do. If Mayborn is not able to take
you are on, they will keep you on. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. So if Mayborn comes, then we will open the line to take some calls. Still want to say something?
Yeah, so I sent the information to the chairman as requested. Hopefully, when you have time, we can go over them. But chairman, thank you for the deliberation. Sometimes these exchanges are needed. Yeah,
Of course.
most definitely, because the people want to hold you accountable. They want to hear from you.
Yes.
And we do this on SKTV, for our credibility. And I think that's one of the things that you love coming to SKTV, because we hold no punches. Yeah, we won't hold back.
Yeah. So Steve, Melbourne and all the people, Mr. Chairman, let me just tell you something. Since the last time you came on the show here, we haven't had time to actually talk, right? So the last time when you promised that you're going to support us, that I should come and report to Brazilian Monk and Melbourne. Steve was not here that time. Brazilian Monk be asking me whether the chairman came through. I said, we haven't spoken yet. So so today, before you leave, you make sure you clarify before they better know that we haven't talked, we haven't said anything. We didn't even talk actually before today.
I forgot, yeah.
Yeah, I know. We didn't talk about it. So when you leave, you just make sure you do whatever you gotta do so I can report to my people there.
Okay, I promise.
Yeah. So, Mr. Chairman, while we wait for Melbourne to come, I'm going to go back to the development agenda of district number 7. We made mention of farming, made mention about commerce and other things that will bring light, that will bring relief to the people of district number 7. But we haven't talked about health. How is healthcare is been going on in district number 7? Are you incorporating that in your agenda also to actually provide some healthcare give to our people in district number 7?
Yes, healthcare is a big challenge. Yes, a very big one. But what we have done is that we are in contact with the health team locally, and we are taking statistics of the health need of the people of the district, and that is helping us right now to determine how to not just health, education, and agriculture, and even communication. 40% of our district stay without.
Mr. Chairman, just a second. Melbourne, talk to us. What's going on? Are we going to take calls or are we going to go off the radio?
No, we are not going on radio. So I thought you loved Melbourne. I didn't think that you don't love Melbourne like that.
I like Melbourne. I like Melbourne, but
Good, good. Tell you, because all we're doing thing that will make
Yeah.
Put me in the situation.
Are we going to pick calls or are we going to go off the radio? I just asked.
No, we are about to pick calls. It's just that the weather out there was
Is it raining out there? I saw Melbourne getting wet.
Yes, indeed. So I had to go out to check up to settle one or two things before I come back. But anyway, so we can take calls because the line already start blinking already.
Yeah, please take quick calls in Liberia.
All right, so 077-833-9682 to this first caller. Good evening.
Good evening, and let me say good evening to the SKTV family, and let me say good evening to the Honorable Bility, and thank you for appearing. But I'm Daniel Johnson calling from Habel Firestone, where we were victimized by the entire war business team. Plenty people know about it. But I'm a little bit disappointed tonight in the chairman or Chairman Bility. He is not clear on the issue of the war crime code. So he's shortly trying to tell us that he is not in support of it, and this is not good for all. We Liberians, they are representing us in the house. We are saying to them, the issue of the war crime code is a matter of what? Vulnerability is not clear. And when you listen to the question, still continue to ask it, continue to dodge the question, continue to play politics with it.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me go to Brian Tate. Brian Tate, good evening.
Yeah, people, how you doing?
Yes, we are good. Thank God.
And let me say good evening to Steve and Sekou and President Moss. Let me say thank you, Honorable Chairman. Honorable Bility is developing a Arab Green issue. You saw how it happened. Even 1979, as he just talked about the Red Riot. So you want to tell me as a serious politician, you will cross over those things and don't just say, yeah, you're bring one point, then go Ghana and investigate the people. So Honorable Bility, I want to thank you so much. These are actions we expect from politicians. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being part of the show and to this crowd. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. What your name and from where you join us?
But let it be fair, because we will start to know when these things happen. Like for example, 1980, we would like to know the way hand I will be hands over there. Then we live on that, we come to 1990. We would like to know how Taylor got out of American jail. We don't just want to walk up to be the selected. They just look at certain people because they want to get real. Look, Martha, the very first time someone was beheaded before me in Cornwall. We visited things that people were being killed with hammer. That they got made new. We saw them. They kill people. So we want to walk. For me, I want to walk up to even start tomorrow. But
okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much also for being part to this call. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us?
Thank you very much, man. This is Emmanuel purchasing and I joined the conversation from Upper Kawa. And I would like to say thanks to the chairman, right? But when it comes to the issue of the war ground code, we are appealing to the chairman and we clear, right? This particular war ground code is in all of our interest. They will say we are waiting to look for other people who came forward, other people who did that other crime and was there. We can't even see someone there, right? The reason why some of us we are appealing for the war ground code to come here. People who kill our people from 1990 to 2003, they are the one party in Liberia breaking. Some of them don't even have any remote to say, oh yeah, we'll commit crime on people with sorrow. They acting like what they did, they were breast. So because of that, the work code, even from the 1990 to 2003, we accepted, we were dead and we were celebrated because it will be setting a precedent that nobody will just don't go and just feel that you can do anything else and go free. People are, look, the two people that care about people, they are the one who pass the right and acting that they enjoying the feel that they have God.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part. 1 minute at least and some seconds are gone already. Yes, hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello. How you doing, sir? This is Brother Noah here for Baptist Seminary. I want to say thank you to all the student finalists and to the chairman, the honorable chairman. And the honorable is really bringing something sensible, but people are just going to look at it as a politics. The whole crime code and what the special code and really what is that? We're not even on the scope of it yet. And they need to know and carry the awareness to the people about it. Because I remember there is a nation that they signed a special code and they start arresting people and the people start having problems and want to create a war in that particular nation. So let the people know the scope of the special code that we're about to introduce in Liberia. All of us happy, but we really don't want to look into it and be careful of what we are doing. So I agree with Mr. Chairman that most of the decisions that are making in that law out there, they need to come back to their people and sit with their people. I think, Mr. Chairman, I really, really appreciate all what you are saying and I'll be following you. And really, sir, if you can create a platform for us to really meet you and really see that it's not for money, but for the love of the country you have and the things that you have started, I'm 100% sure that you are a good leader. Thank you very much, and may God continue to bless all of you.
Thank you so much also for being part of the show to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us? Yeah, go ahead. We're listening to you.
Yeah, I want to appreciate every one of you guys.
I'm gonna tell that person to put some energy in their voice, man. Talking like the hungry.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going from your end, but at least you got to. Hello? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I want to say I did a huge chairman. That's my opinion. Because I will not say the chairman is very positive. The chairman has been positive for a longer period of time. Chairman as a chairman, so one of the biggest political party in Liberia is a plus for him. them. And I'm a voice to the millions of Liberians that live in the students that let it issue of the war in the economic ground code and be rested in there. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Even though you're back, yeah, a little bit noisy. To this caller, good evening. Let me see. Yeah, go ahead.
Musa said nobody will force Musa to do anything in our house. I like Musa and continue on that bill that came on that one bill, continue on the money is not for his signature there. So Musa will not tell Baba my ranking because he won't work out for and he just was just yes now on it. So Musa, back you 100%. Follow that document, send it to your people. If the people want to work out for, you can sign it. No, Allah will be for you tomorrow. Thank you, Musa. This is NDP from Chikizu Factory.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. LEP, keep a calls coming 0778339682. That's the number to call. Yeah, are we still taking more calls? Or one or two more?
Two more, they will open the lines in the diaspora.
All right, that's good. Let me take this call. Hello.
The chairman getting a lot of commendation in that lab, brother. So we got to open it to the diaspora.
Yeah, hello, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us? Yes, go ahead, Chief.
Yes, to Honorable Musa I want to ask them we are from District 7 in case we agree that yes, go and proof for A, will you go and step to A to approve for A, the worker vote?
All right.
That's the question I want to ask him.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. And the chairman will respond. Hello to the last caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Chief, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us?
My name is Hilton S. Johnson. I'm calling you from Lady.
Good. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, so now I'm very disappointed in the chairman because all what he said is to say that you were in Sterling or in America when people were getting to go in Liberia. It is never experienced such a thing. I'm very disappointed. Yes. So
All right.
chairman, I beg, if you really be well for the people of District 7, thank you. Please go and start the workman code on Earth. 2039, you will see yourself out.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mayor, and thank you to all the callers. Mr. Chairman, you want to respond to those before we take calls from the diaspora or what?
So there's a movie called Invictus by Nelson Mandela. It's in it, about his life. To be a leader is very hard. Sometimes you make the hard decision.
Yeah.
Before we get to the diaspora, I wanted to say that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not that I'm against the Workman Code. If the Workman Code come with its terms defined as to the scope and the tenure, support it. If it comes saying that it is in accordance with the Geneva Convention, the Rome Convention, or all other conventions relating to human rights, but if it comes designed to target one or two people, I will not. Nothing will change that position. That's my position. And if you're arguing with me and saying that I'm not supporting workaround, that means you know that the kind of workaround that is here, that is coming, is different from. But to the best of my knowledge, the workaround that is coming is supposed to be in line with international convention. So why should we even be arguing now? We're not in disagreement. Look, you can put the entire European Union and the US government behind the workaround code. When it comes to me on Tuesday, I will not sign it on Tuesday. I will read it. I will consult my people. I will consult with myself. I will try to know what it means. And then I will make a decision. If people have problem with that, I'm not a spontaneous person. I'm not a person who make decision on wave. If you interpret it to say I'm against war crime, I don't want to sound or you're just being unfair to me. I've said here that look, today the United Party government is in power. No war crime can come if the president say yes. The reason why we are talking about this is because the President of the Republic of Liberia has committed to a war crime code. That is the fact. The video came out, nobody from the executive mansion objected to it. So where's my objection coming from? Or what does it even mean? Nothing. All I'm saying here is, when you bring a document to me, I'm sure before the president said the things he said and committed that he's going to have a war crime, he must have had discussions. I am entitled to that. I'm elected just as he was elected. And so I don't, if anybody, think that I'm not a say so or say so one to say, oh, no, I don't believe in that. I believe in myself. I believe in the things that I see. I believe in justice, but I believe that justice must come after I have appreciated what it is. The things that I'm saying right now, the conventions that I'm talking about, if they are all part of this war crime code, no problem. I'm for it. But if it is going to be a special code designed to target certain people, no, say, well, not support it.
Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for your patience, for sticking with us, and for taking all the questions. Let's just take a few questions here in the diaspora, and then we will call it a day. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, Secretary, my name is Momo Tiller, and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Momo Tiller from Atlanta, Georgia. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and thanks to the Chairman Musa Bility for his stance. No one should go against what he's spoken. For me, I believe he's spoken right, but I just want to urge him that this war crime court will conform with the Geneva Convention. For example, a lot of stuff, what happened in Sierra Leone is definitely exactly what they're going to mimic, to issue war crimes in Liberia, because we're going to have similar situation where in Sierra Leone we never experienced any kind of sort of violence, or there wasn't anything that had to do with cherry picking who will go for war crime. And for example, the Geneva Convention states that, for example, it prohibits the act that includes murder, mutilation, cruel treatment, torture, taking advantage of hostages, and intentional direct attack against civilian population. And all of these things that I just named happen in Liberia. So I'm sure that the document that will be presented to the honorable the honorable ability will, he will see these attributes, these underlying variables that he will take to his own people and then let them know. And Mr. Bailey, I want you to understand that our people really don't understand these things. That's why someone like you was elected to serve. So you have to give them the substance of that paper that will be given to you, and you explain to them why it is important. Do not just open it to them, because a lot of them don't understand what it is. So it is incumbent upon you to explain to your people the importance of this document and why the war crimes is actually needed. You should be able to convince them. Don't just leave it to them to decide for themselves. Because our population, there are a lot of illiterate people who have almost like 90% of our population illiterate. So
thank you
as a lawmaker should be the ones to settle to them very well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much. The next caller, 404 number. Why everybody calling from Atlanta today? Hello.
Yes, was who called?
Yeah. Yeah, from Atlanta, Georgia. What's your name again? Marie Pratt. I just want to make sure people hear your name. Yeah, go ahead.
We're not hearing her.
Yeah.
The first time in Liberia history, in Secretary. I think you know my editor, but without call, know her name because she lived right on the state, the radio station. When I was there in June, Mr. Basic, you just don't know. You are a anointed by God. What God cannot do, it does not exist. All my family is Secretary. They all have the ID with your pictures on it. They voted for you and Mr. Cummings. And the reason why I'm married to because my mom went to vote for the first time. When after she voted, she said she stood in a line for a long time. She said one pretty girl was there, but she was light skinned, but she was still talking to the cop. And when she said it, I knew what you are saying. So I just want to tell you, thank you so much for what you're doing for Secretary. You know, God will bless you, Mr. Bility, and He will continue blessing you. What God cannot do is just not it. So I just want to say thank you for everything you are doing in Secretary. I'll come in there next day. I hope I will get to the chance to meet you because my family is very opposite from you.
Oh,
so
okay.
I just want to tell you thank you for you and your family, and I follow you all the time. So that's all I have to say. So thank you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
Thank you for the call. Mary Prash is one of those that is always on SKTV and supporting SKTV. She said that her family not too far away from the radio station, I guess, not too far from you. And she said that your family voted for you. So, Mr. Chairman, while we await another call, because we don't want to stay longer than we have, maybe in the next few minutes we'll be closing. Let me ask Mon, do you have any follow-up or any question for the chairman before we close?
No follow-up question. I must commend the chairman for this new model. That's why I keep telling people we live in the 21st century. We are competing for limited resources. You should bring people to public offices with business acumen. That's the only way we can empower regular people. The days of traditional politics are over. If you don't have ideas, you are not going to survive in this day and age. And Musa Bility is stepping up the game. You know, it takes one person to lead a revolution. Maybe with this model, other people must start gravitating. Who knows? Maybe it might be 2 or 3 more lawmakers or senators. And by the time you know, the whole country will be on fire. So I must commend the chairman for taking such a step and thinking and redefining how we operate in government in the public space. I mean, I must commend him for that. Yep.
So the next caller we're going to take now is the Yastindi Martin.
Yes.
Yastindi, are you there?
Well, they tell me for my name, so I thought I would answer as a good gladiator. So they called me. So I'm in the store shopping, so I have to come to my car so I can go.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Since we are on the air, I wanted to say something. Chairman Bility, thank you. Thank you for your words. Thank you for this new model. And I think to some degree, when you say I want the parameters to be defined, I want to know where we start from, where do we end. I don't want this to be an open-ended story. We don't have all of our lives. I do agree. I also agree that you need to go and talk to your people and get their insight. Now, I also think this is the way things are supposed to happen. Things that will impact our people, especially like contractual contract or these different concession has been signed in Liberian people that will impact directly when it comes to the biodiversity, just the environmental, all the different environmental issues. If you're going to build a road that will pass in the middle of a town, the people need to be a part of that. And they need to be not just a part, explain to them, educate them why this is important, why we are doing this. So from the gentleman I called from Georgia, we understand majority of our people are there with you from town to town. Some of them you literally have to speak Mano, Gio, Mandingo, Bata, or Pele, for them to understand. So you now have to go with your team to explain to our people the pros and cons of this all right. This is not only a war in economic transport. Hopefully we have time to discuss what is involved. There is reparation, all right? There are many other facets to this, okay? Counseling for our people, reconstruction of our system, our judicial system, judicial review, the way things are done. So we're all just telling WCC. We have to go beyond just the word. And this is not, let's make this clear. Because most people, by the time you say WCC, they say Prince Johnson. Listen, after 1993, Johnson left the country. Yeah, Prince Johnson is part of whatever they're saying. But this is an opportunity for Prince Johnson, Yaya Nimle, everybody else, George Bullet, you name it, all the different forces will have an opportunity to go out and step their facts and either be set clear their name or be indicted. This is an opportunity to go and justify maybe for whatever they did, but this is not a wish hunt. It will not be, even I wouldn't stand for it, but it will be me tomorrow. So I'm saying to you, Chairman, thank you for always availing yourself to speak up in the things that you believe in, whether I agree with you or not. And I always agree with you there myself. I'm not thinking for myself because I like to think for myself. So, and you know that for start when we had a conversation when you guys were looking for a vice president. My stand is my stand at GR. Unless you educate me and tell me that one day I will be able to take aside and make an educated decision. So you have a responsibility to go home now. And even before they bring bill, before you appear, it's like, start talking to your people. I was on the internet. You know, the people, I'm one of those people who helped in carrying the 300 and more thousand signature. Because Liberian people said there was no money for the, and Liberian people did not want to war economic crimes for. We proved that they wanted about collecting 300 plus thousand signature. They said there was no funding. We advocated in the funding. So now we're saying our people have to agree. We have data, we have statistics to say that our people agree. But then I think you should be given an opportunity to go out there and talk to your people. And this new model, we should continue with it where when decisions are being rendered on behalf of our people, for the law also run, that they also understand and have a say-so, not just say-so, but say-so, but the educated say-so.
Thank
you.
I
want to say thank you, Chairman Bility, for your voice. And Steve and Sefu, great work. I love the press on. Chairman, you're strong too, but my cousin and my husband think they do.
I'm ready for now. I don't come with order.
Yeah, but my husband, my son,
Yeah.
and the brilliant mom, they can't prepare. But let's have this conversation. This is marvelous. This is a good way moving forward. That so say one, no, so say all. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yasini. Let's go to the line here. Another 404 number. Last 4 DJ is 5593. Why are the calls coming from Atlanta, Georgia? What's going on? Hello?
It's on the high speed right now.
Yeah, this is Let's Get TV. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What is your name and where are you calling from? It looks like Atlanta number.
My name is Joshua King. Calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, go ahead. Well, I don't know why Ability getting all the calls from Atlanta.
I want to first of all commend the honorable representative for his developmental for the level of development that he's shown so far in his district. This is a new dispensation as seen in what the honorable representative has done in his district. For me, it's unprecedented. He's not new to politics. I know he's been in politics for a while. He's been chairman for one of the major parties in Liberia, and for me, I think it was expected. It was just a matter of time that we see someone like Musa Bility come to the forefront, to showcase what he has, for his country, to give back to his country. So our president wants appreciate him for what he started, and as part of his cardinal responsibility to oversight, make law, and representation. But what we've seen over this short period of time since he's gotten to power is the fact that he's shown that he was prepared and ready to serve his people. I've seen bridges that he's building with solar lights everywhere in the district. That alone, shows that he's ready to fight crimes. Having lights.
Do you have a question for the chairman?
Hello?
Do you have a question for the chairman? Because I think you're taking all your time on the commentary. I just want to make sure that I can cut you off when you come to for the question. Okay.
What he's done.
All right, no problem.
Sure that the last 28% of war crimes court, right? But thank you. I just want to use the time to just give this man his flower while he's alive.
Thank you.
You don't see things like this easily. Honorable Billy, what he's doing in his district, all those representatives should mimic what he's doing. They should model what he's doing, because what he's doing is something that I believe every representative, if you have the ability to do so, do it. Do not wait for the budget, or do not wait for what you put in the budget, because in the country is already constrained financially. Budgetary constraint is hurting our country. So I want to thank him for his development, for the little development he's brought to the people's activity. So the question
thank you. Thank you. No, we gotta leave it there. Dawa told you don't spend all the time on commentary. Just ask your question. I got a lot of calls coming in.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm missing all the calls. So when people call, just go to the point. You want to comment the person, comment him. But want to at least for 30 seconds or 1 minute, and then you done. I think Marie brought this check on the line. I don't know if she wants to say something back, but let me take a first time caller here. 206 number. Last 4 digit is 12102. Are you there?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Yes, you're live.
Okay, thank you. Many thanks to Chairman Bility. I'm calling from Texas, San Antonio.
San Antonio, okay.
Yeah. My friend, they work on co-chair my son. We're going to sponsor it, because I don't think it just
the United States.
United States?
Yeah.
They're going to do everything. They want to sponsor it.
They're going to give the money. Over $2 million, $200 million.
We're talking about development. Yeah, they will get the money, but we're talking about development. So will that bring development to us? They war crime. What is the benefit in it? What is the benefit?
No, I mean, we don't want to reduce the conversation. Just state your opinion, then we can go to the chair.
My opinion is that if the United States has this money to get to Liberia, what we can forget about what can call and get this money to develop our country. We can have our country looking and develop our country. And they just call the people that fought war and get them money. Or naked, our old man and Prince Johnson, and you name them. Give them money. And then let's go ahead with development. Instead of opening war code to heal, to bring wounds back, to open wounds. Yeah?
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my sister. My sister.
Yeah, you said Prince Johnson your sister, but you don't want war crime court, So just conclude. Let me take the next call.
If USA get that money to help Liberia, they can give it to them. Careful development.
All right.
Instead of catching Prince Johnson, catching the 1 year, when they remember what happened. Now I think we have forgo all the things that happened 18 years now. We're trying to forget what happened.
All right.
But bringing now, it will bring back memory.
All right, Master. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me take this. We got 2 more calls. That's it. Caller 240 number. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Minnesota. I'm Joyce.
Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Bility.
Hi.
I'm not against the war crime code. I want a war crime code to come like Liberia, but I did the signature that they are sitting there took from the city. Did they take signature for the diaspora people too? Because I'm a victim of the war, and my signature is not on that thing. The war crime code that they're taking to Liberia, are they going to ask us in the diaspora that was victim of the war? Or they only going to pay people $20, $10 in Liberia to just speak or arrest statement for them? That's the part that worries me about this war crime code. Because most of the diaspora, we are victims, we know our party. My father was killed, my daughter's father was killed, my 2 nieces were raped, and my home was burned. I'm a victim.
Did you say your daughter's father?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I just want to make sure I got you clear.
My fellow father, okay, and my father was killed in Pichano. So I'm afraid of the war crack. So I didn't want to ask her because some of our signature is not on the thing. So I didn't just go into Olofa County, Nima County, and just because most of the people are there, their parents are there, they are no children or grandchildren, and they don't know the story. Are they going to ask people that when there somebody read story for them, or are they going to ask other after they when speaking with you, I can give you my stories.
All right.
Thank you for what you do for the poor people, whatsoever we are. Continue, call with bless you. Whatsoever we take the money for, call we furnish you, your water will not go dry. Thank you. For this war scramble, in Moscow, for the more ask from auto we have eaten.
All right. Thank you so much. So this will be the last caller. Damn. That lady that called, that got her horse very close to you there, she be on the line over, or I think she want to ask something. I'm not sure. About
please, they will please let her come, please.
Yeah, I'll come out. I'll bring her. She'll be the last person. Let me take this caller. I just like to take first time caller. I've been missing more than 100 calls, but 507 number last 40 years 7118. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Chairman, and everybody on the team. This is Dequanti from Minnesota.
Dequanti,
hi, Dequanti.
Hi. In response to the person who just called, there was an opportunity several years ago when the petitions were being signed by people in the U.S. who were impacted by the war to sign it and sign it. So if it missed you, it was not intentional, but there was an opportunity years ago to do it, okay? But that's not the point I made me call. Why I called was, I sent a message earlier to Steve when Chairman was speaking. Chairman, I know you intend to go back to your people. I'm wondering if you intend to take a legal mind with you to interpret what the bill is saying so that the people understand, like Yasini was saying, like Sissy, I said, a long-term ramification, what this means for their children, what this means for the country, so that the people understand not just you interpreting or explaining the thing, but coming from a legal person to them. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And then the last but not the least will be Marie Pratt again from Atlanta, Georgia. Are you still there? Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why you keep calling back to back, but I wanted to take the first time callers first. But go ahead. You're live. Hello?
Yeah, because the reason.
You got to stop listening to anything else. Don't listen to your phone and talk. We're hearing you.
Yeah. The reason I'm calling to see if Mr. Bility will have a hospital, because I have a hospital supply in my house with
oh, wow.
full of I have a lot of volunteer with hospital supply. So I just want to know if you have a hospital in Secretary, wheelchair. A lot of hospitals.
Wheelchair? That's a lot.
Yeah, and when the COVID came, I ordered a lot of supply for Amazon. So
wow.
if you have a hospital, you can let me know. So I can.
No, don't send it to me, Mr. Chairman. Send it to me. I got.
No. I beg you, man. Tegu, please. Don't believe. I will sue you for intercepting my.
But you can't give the man all the thing on my show. They can give me some. Me, I got my hospital too.
Tegu, I will tell me want to mute you.
Seriously, yeah.
Yes, we have. Thank you, my sister. I will call you after the show.
But when I give you a number, you don't do all thing. Yeah, and you can pick up.
My number is public information now.
Yeah,
but call me, don't worry.
Yeah, but she can get you.
She will get me. As soon as she send the text to me, they say your sister. As soon as she send the text, they say your sister for Tonwi. I will answer it.
Anyway, my sister, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So people were doing a lot of people were donating, so I figure everything. So if you I can send a kid to a hospital in separately because
Yes, we do.
everybody knows his name. Everybody knows it. I want to free inside about everything I'm going to the radio station to sit down and to lecture with the people in his campaign. So I was just, I just want to donate the thing to him because I don't want to throw it away.
No,
So,
you can't throw away.
Yes,
We'll call you. No problem. I will send you my address after the show.
For free.
Wow. Thank you so much, my sister. Yeah, no problem. We really appreciate you calling back. This is a meaningful call. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. All calls are meaningful, by the way. People didn't think that they want to call them.
My family really watched it. For the first time in
Wow.
in the history of all my family voted for you. I think everybody going to ask my nieces, my mom, grandchildren, everybody going to ask to him. I don't know if you know they did a call kids if you know the woman in every opposite on him.
Okay.
So,
And the chairman will find out. Mr. Chairman, you can take that name down so you can find out.
Yes, I will call her tonight. You will send me that number. Don't worry. I'll call you. Give me that number.
I will get a number. The chairman take care of me to bribe me. Otherwise, I will send you my own address. You can send all the things.
Check on my asset declaration. You will see my number and text me.
Thank you so much. I come in January. I hope I will meet you.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be right here.
My sister, thank you so much. So I think we will take no more calls. I want to say a big thank you to Melbourne and Truth FM first and foremost, and then to Mr. Chairman for being so patient, for being with us for almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. He been here. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much. I know you listen to the callers. First and foremost, before you come on, let me say this to my people. We, the Liberian people, or we African people as a whole, we gravitate more towards negativity than positive. We started this conversation on a very good footing, on a very good note, and everybody was praising Bility, go for president, go for representative, go for vice president, go for senator, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that you disagree with him on some of the things he said doesn't kind of like eradicate the positive feeling that we started this conversation with. And I believe some people will just misconstrue what he said. And you have the right to think the way you want to think. I'm not going to defend him. But I think what Musa Bility has done in terms of declaring his asset publicly, we all should be running behind our lawmakers, senators, representatives, ministers, even our president, Joseph Nima Boakai, to follow the good example of Mr. Bility, Chairman Bility, representability, so that Liberian people can trust them again. I've seen, just give me a chance, let me say this, because I know the kind of call I can receive. Since Musa Bility declared his assets, some people who were very negative about him, they call me personally to say, I respect Musa Bility for what he has just done. And I take him back every negative thing I said about him, because why? We thought this man was not fair. We thought this man was not transparent. But for the man to open himself to the public, to the Liberian people, it means that he means well for Liberia. And this man has no reason to steal from the Liberian people when he already has enough for himself and his family. So that is a very positive review. And I want to encourage you, whatever motivated you to do what you did, I would say that God you are worshiping is a good God. And whoever is advising you or advising you, they are good people. I wanted to go, but Chairman Ben Sammy call and say I have to make a comment. Mr. Chairman, what do you say? Take it.
Of course. Who am I to say no to my chairman?
All right, Chairman Ben Sammy, but man, we're about to leave, but we can reject the chairman call. What's going on? Man? You see that? I know that. That's why I think I will take it.
Let me say this. I didn't get the whole interview, but I caught it towards half of it. And I want to publicly thank Musa Bility because he represents what we have talked about in the past. And we have a joke between ourselves. We like to call the two of us. We call ourselves the most cussed people in Liberia, right? When they get ready, when I do something, then they can cuss me and him together. When he do something, they cuss the two of us together. So when I do something that he will call me, he say, "Yeah, man, you get tired for the people to be cussing us again." No, but look, I'm not surprised. To be quite honest with you, I'm not surprised of what he's doing. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I've been to Sacramento. By the way, I'm a resident of Sacramento and I registered to vote in Sacramento.
Yeah. By the way.
Yes.
My man, I'm looking for land.
And he's concluding the purchase of his farmland in Sacramento.
My man, I'm looking for land in Sacramento.
Yeah, come, Seku. It's the land of the free. We are going to develop.
I'm from Nima, but I want to land in Sacramento.
Yes, come here. We'll welcome you.
You see that? My man Ben already hooked me up. Ben, go ahead, my man. Go ahead. I love that.
But it's important, Seku. Let me say this. It's important because what we do in our country is that we crucify people, and then in the end, we come back and we act like we never crucified them.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was a possibility of this crucifixion to have hampered Mr. Bility's chance to have gotten elected, imagine what the people of Sacramento would have been denied, the representation would have been denied, all because of lies and misinformation and envy, and because we don't agree with each other on a particular subject at a particular time. I think it is wrong, and I think this case, this Musa Bility case, should serve as a testament to the larger Liberian public. That no matter whether you disagree with the person, that doesn't mean the person is a bad person. You heard Musa. Nobody vehemently fought the Unity Party in the 2023 election than we did. But you listen to a representative who wants to see the president succeed. It doesn't mean that he's not going to hold him accountable. We all want to see Joe Barker succeed because 6 years, we don't have a lot of time to waste in our country. But I'm not shocked at what he has done. In fact, I know a lot more that he's planning to do in the area of development, in the area of elevating his people and giving them the life that he believes they deserve. I spent weeks in Sacramento with Musa, and one of the things he said to me, he said, "Ben, our people deserve this. Our people deserve this. No one should be able to live." I don't know if Musa even remember this. This was years ago, 2016, when we went to Sacramento, when he was building the clinic in his mother's village. This was way before he even thought about running for representative, okay? So I just wanted to say this because I know we're so good at crucifying people in Liberia, but then when they start to see that person has broken with the norm, then they start clapping for them. Look, I will say this. I will continue to say this. We will all not agree, but we all have one thing in common that we can agree on, is that we are Liberians. And like Musa can always say, he has no identity crisis. He didn't choose to be born a Madingo man. He didn't choose to be whatever. The only thing is that the CEO and the chairman now, he got so many titles, I got to figure out how to call him.
A whole lot.
Yes.
I got to call him. I said, Mr. Chairman, then I got to figure out a representative.
The best is the chairman.
I'm extremely proud of him. I'm extremely proud of him.
Thank you, Ben.
And thank him for giving the Liberty Party the elevation that it is receiving. And I just want to admonish our people to stay focused and that the best days of Liberia are still ahead. I just thought to make that on a public note. But thank you again.
Thank you, Chairman Ben Savvy. You will be fun to me too for being mission action.
No problem.
But we're talking about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so Mr. Chairman, it's up to you.
Yeah, well, not much I can say. What I can say first, before I close on the chairman's comment, I think, yes, Cindy, for me, answer my point. So, this, she's not just uh, tapping support for the war crime. She has been a lifetime ardent activist supporter for justice.
And she
And yes, she
testified
understands. Yes, and yes, she
with
understands
Congress people.
where I come from. Yes, she understands where I come from. She understands that I do have to. People don't understand that these things, it's not just to tell the people what you say. It's to also explain. And like someone said, I should carry a lawyer with me. What are the benefits? What are the ups and downs of these things so that people can prepare themselves? And if people think that I shouldn't do that, something got to be wrong with them. I don't even have time for people who. At the end of the day, that's part of my responsibility. It is the same responsibility that told me not to sign a budget that I have not gone through or that does not have a detail. It is the same responsibility that told me that you Liberians outside there who have left our country in search of greener pasture that continue to support us here, and this country looks at you and try to reject you and try to restrict you from participating in our activity, it is the same thing that made me to say, you don't deserve that. It is the same thing that made me to say, you don't know. That's why I put a law, and when that law is passed, it says, once a Liberian, always a Liberian. Not just you, your children will enjoy eternal citizenship. It is the same Musa that say, if you bring the war control, I'm not against it. Look, I think the decision for the war control has been made. The president of the Republic of Liberia has said clearly on the video that he's supporting it. He's 100% behind it. Okay? The decision has been made. I have a responsibility. Once I receive the text of the resolution, I will consult my people, and we will vote accordingly. But to say that I must sit here now and say no matter what it says, well, what if I have a contribution to make to the text? What if there are some connotation that I need to clarify so that we can have clarity? What if I want to do that? Why would you just sign on to something like that? So we'll go through it. But I want to say to people, I am not against war crime. I will never be against war crime code. I support the quest for justice in this country, and it is what it is. All I have said is that we must never try to create any semblance of witch hunt in this process. Let us be holistic. Let it be for all those that are suspected, and the war is accused, alleged, and then you can prove yourself guilty or not guilty. So that's what it is. And that's my position, Sekou. It is the same Musa who takes position that you like and that you don't like, and will be in that circle for the next 6 years. But whatever I come here to pronounce, I stand by it. And hopefully I'm told that a bill will surface tomorrow, on Tuesday, we'll peruse it, and then we'll consult our people. As I speak to you, we have always started consulting our people. Because, remember, I'm chairman on national security. I do have access to information. So as far as I see it, this code is coming. The president of the Republic of Liberia has said that the code is coming. So in lieu of that, whatever resolution that they have, I've started my consultation. So you give me the document Tuesday and say I should sign it Tuesday. Count me out. If you say that, take your time, Tuesday come back with your position, I think that would be fair. Let's not, it's a horrible bus traffic. We've been waiting for this for more than, 33 years now. So can we just wait a little bit for 8 days That's not going to end anybody's world. That's not going to end. Or justice is justice. Justice means justice. But we cannot just. I want to make sure that this process is not disrupted by unnecessary delays, or this process is not marked by what we call witch hunt. I want to make sure that we are looking for justice, and that, again, the government has approved it. The president has openly said that he met with Alan White. He approved the workman code, and he said that he told us in the State of the Nation, the inauguration, that he's consulting with the UN and the other international partners to set up the workman code. That's the head of state of the Republic of Liberia. That's not me. He leads our country. If he says that, what do I have to say? Nothing. I just want to let my people know this is what the president said. This is what will happen. So what you say, I will take that into and I don't have to agree with them, but I will take that into consideration, and then we'll come to Morovia. But to say that I will sign before I do that, I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, I can't thank you enough. People have been calling, but just been ignoring calls now because we have stayed here longer enough. Let other people wait. If the chairman promised us that every time we call, he will come, and we want to make sure that even not like every day, but at least on the weekend, we'll try to get the chairman's attention to help us understand things, to also explain to the Liberian people some of the developmental agenda, some of the improvements, some of the plans he has. It is good for him. It is good for us. It is good for the Liberian people. Information is key. And as a matter of fact, we have a lot of other key government officials in line to come on SKTV to have important conversations relative to our country. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to say thank you. And a big thank you to Mr. Johnson Mebonkula and the team, from Lai to O'Neill to everybody over there, for going out of their way, outside of their comfort zone to accommodate this conversation. Even though the chairman is the chairman, but we have to be thankful to our colleagues for making sure that they are available to accommodate this kind of national debate, national conversation. Some people think that when Chairman Bility come on SKTV, it's just going to be a smooth ride. We're just going to, be rapping.
No.
And I'm enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, we don't do that. We ask the real questions. We have tough questions. We ask questions that people watching we want to ask, and we have to do our due diligence to make sure that we ask the rightful questions. Maybe one, thank you. You want to close?
Yeah. So quickly before we close, Sekou, let me be frank. I'm one witness to what the chairman said, especially from the beginning of tolerance, especially when it comes to his own way of handling the situation, because I've been working with him for the past 11 years, and I'm witness to that 100% that indeed he don't interfere into working, into who be this, who do this, or who do that. No, you don't do. So, Chairman, I want to say thank you so much. I'm one of your witnesses. I'm still living. I've been working with you for the past 11 years, from 2013 February 8 up to 2024.
My man, your testimony is not visible.
Is it?
It's amazing. It's a real testimony.
Yes, indeed. So I want to say thank you so much, Chairman. Indeed, thank you so much for everything that you've been doing for Liberian people. Continue to do your best. Thank you so much.
Mr. Chairman, they're going to be saying that you got to make sure the ego land before I got to report to them. My people there. They're going to
will land tomorrow, Sekou.
As the ego land in the SKTV account, I don't know yet. I'll be talking to the man. So now she went me right here on the page. So we got to make sure let the ego land before the chairman leave. No, the chairman said tomorrow he will take care of it. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. And hopefully, like I said, you'd be available, or at least not every day.
I'm here. I'm going to be here next weekend.
Every weekend, either Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, it's either Saturday or Sunday, but I'll be here. I promise you.
We appreciate it.
I think it's a good thing. Yes.
All right. Mabon, thank you, and you have a blessed night.
Thank you, and good night to all of you.
So, my people, thank you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the calls. We appreciate sticking around. Imagine for a long 3 hours. We just hit the 3 hour mark, 3 hours and 50 seconds. We'll call it a day from here. Those of you that call lastly and you couldn't go through, we apologize. We'll be here again tomorrow for another edition of SKTV. We're always here. Before I leave, let me make sure I do this every time. Sometimes we can be talking, some people can send support to us, and we have to recognize it and tell them thank you before we leave. Hopefully, okay. Not there. Oh, not today. So I want to thank you to all of you. Maybe for the chairman, when the chairman do something tomorrow, we'll announce it to you. We'll tell you. But we'll tell you thank you for sticking around and for sharing the show, for also calling in to contribute to this very important conversation. Be blessed, and we love you all. Thank you.